BJ, thank you very much. A great one here. The Spurs are down by 2. 1:17 to play.
Well, we talked about transition defense. They've done a good job. Denver only has 12 transition points tonight. Normally that spells a loss. Duncan playoff ready. He's had a nice game, 18 and 10, but only 7 of 19 from the floor. And defense wins. Denver 86 points, shooting only 41%. The problem with San Antonio, they have gone dry here. No field goals in the last 9 minutes and 3 seconds. They were shooting 50% going into this quarter, down to 43% now.
Ginobili. This is for the tie. To the pass to Muhammad, who loses it inside, and Buckner claims it.
Oh, he walked. Woo, but man, he got away with one there. Buckner started to pass it, and Ginobili got in the passing lane. He took an extra step. You don't want to foul right now if you're Ginobili.
Miller, Camby, a big basket, and this gives Denver their biggest lead tonight of 4.
Well, you can feel the angst in this building.
You can see it on their faces on the floor. Tim Duncan, another miss. And a steal by Duncan. He still can't get it right in front of the rim.
Oh, you see Marcus Camby laying on the floor, hitting himself in the chest. Parker with the foul. Marcus Camby has been sensational today. His defense late in games, challenging shots. Just watch him force the tough shot. He gets rid of it, turns it over, comes back, tries to get another piece. You watch him laying on the floor here. He sees him rebound the ball, pounding his chest. He's come up with a free throw and a made field goal and 2 tough defensive plays here late in this game to give the Nuggets a 4-point lead.
Doug, the Spurs have missed 16 straight shots from the floor. Going back to the 10-20 mark of this 4th quarter. That was the last basket.
Not only that, but they've missed 3 free throws late here too after not missing the entire game. I always say a playoff series doesn't start until you lose the home court advantage.
And it has been lost.
You've already seen it happen in Dallas, and unless it really changes here, an offensive rebound, unless something dramatically changes here, the Spurs are going to have to find a way now to win in Denver. Again, Denver under George Karl has won 19 out of 20 at home. Kiki Vandeweghe, who the start of this year was under all kinds of pressure. What a turnaround, 32-8 since he's hired George Karl. Lost 4 games after the All-Star break, 3 of them to Phoenix and 1 of them to Houston. What a big win this will be for the Nuggets today. And again, Kevin, we talked about the vulnerability of San Antonio in this game today, coming in after the way they finished the season with the injuries and not being 100%. The one thing they do have in their favor, they don't play again until Wednesday, which will give them some rest time for Duncan to continue to get stronger.
Miller again. He's got a game high 29 and a timeout taken with 22.8 to play. And a stunning score in San Antonio with the Spurs down 91-84. The 7-seed Denver Nuggets with what appears to be easily the biggest upset we have seen so far in this first round of the NBA playoffs.
Confidence is an amazing thing. When you get it, what it does to your team, it just filters throughout. I mean, all of a sudden you get Wesley Person on this team. You're one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the league. You become a 41% three-point shooting team. Guys start making shots. Everybody makes shots. But the tenacity on the defensive end today by this Denver Nugget team cannot be overlooked. They were sensational when the game counted in the 4th quarter. You see the history of 7 upsets over 2 seeds. These were all best of 5. Still a long time to go in this playoff series, though. To beat a team like the Spurs, you got to beat them 4 times. And we'll see how Denver reacts after today's game.
Bowen does just get it in, and here's Tim Duncan, who has missed countless shots late in the game.
Yeah, you can just see Tim Duncan is not himself today. Andre Miller very upset with Robert Horry, feeling like Horry took a very hard foul in front of the bench. This is only going to get testier as time goes on. Looks like Duncan is going to be leaving, and I think he cut his finger again. You see Will Sevening out on the floor, the athletic trainer. Looks like Duncan has some blood. I don't know if it's under his chin. Remember, this is just game 1. We've had Nazi Muhammad leave with stitches.
That was above his eyebrow for Muhammad, and Duncan is through. He was 0 of 7 shooting from the field in the 4th quarter, part of a 0 for 17 drought for the Spurs. Ernie Johnson, late in the game as we take it back to you in our TNT studios.
Yeah, Kevin, in moments from now, we'll be taking you to America West Arena, where right now the Phoenix Suns are out to a 12-9 lead over the Memphis Grizzlies in the 1 versus 8 matchup in the Western Conference, the final game 1 of this first weekend. Let's go back to you, Kev.
Last time the Denver Nugget organization won a road playoff game, May of '94, in overtime against Utah. In Salt Lake. Here's Ori for 3.
Kevin, I'm going to go back to that last minute of the 2nd quarter. That's when the Spurs gave Denver life. 11-2 run, 2 3-point plays on 2 turnovers. Miller banks in a half-court shot to tie the game. That really lifted this Denver team. You see the smiles on their faces. We'll see how they respond in game 2.
Denver closes out the 2nd half on a 10-3 run. A stunning Denver win, 93-87. For Doug Collins and Cheryl Miller, Kevin Harlan saying so long from San Antonio, as we now take you to Phoenix, Arizona, and Dick Stockton.
All right, Kevin, thank you very much. And we're underway here at the America West Arena as the top-seeded Phoenix Suns, with the best record in the NBA, going against the number 8 seed Memphis Grizzlies. And why is Phoenix number 1? Why did they win 62? You just saw why. Steve Nash, but coming back, Jason Williams in what has been a furious start to this game. This is Dick Stockton working with Mike Dunleavy. Glad to have Mike in the TNT basketball playoff family after doing such a terrific job with the LA Clippers. And you got to catch your breath in this game, don't you, a little bit, Mike?
Well, right now it's interesting because of the possession game. You know, during the season, the Suns are number 2 possession team in the league, and Memphis is 30. But right there, you see, up and down, Quentin Richardson, that ball was a shot. That ball was going in. Should have been offensive goaltending.
I thought I was watching the rookie game at the All-Star contest, where they try those alley-oops and all the fancy stuff. Meanwhile, the Suns leading by 3 as the Grizzlies have stayed with them. With just under 6 minutes remaining in the 1st quarter, Jason Williams hits another 3. That is his 2nd of the game. Of course, I think he would like to play the Suns style all the time.
Well, this pace, I think, is in favor of the Suns. Right now, going up and down, Phoenix feels like they can shoot the ball better than Memphis can.
And Mike Fratello, of course, knows that he has to cut the possessions, as you just pointed out, for his team really to have a chance in the best-of-7 series. And a long shot it is for any number 8 against the number 1. Here is Miller passing out to Gasol with 8 on the shot clock. Pau Gasol working against Marion with the hook shot. Wild.
You see Gasol stepping away from the basket. He's been getting double-teamed every time he touches it in the low post.
And here is Joe Johnson going up off his fingertips, and a great play made by Battier, but it winds up in the hands of Richardson. Joe Johnson gets the easy stuff. So the balls bounce into the hands of the Suns, and that's also part of successful basketball.
Well, you know, Quentin Richardson's made 2 great passes here so far when he's had open shots to make better passes for easier scores for his teammates.
Well, Mike Dunleavy would know all about Quentin Richardson since he coached him before he came over to the Suns this year. Off to a wild start. Suns by 2.
Tired of endless searches for low fares? Now available, the Southwest Shortcut shows you exactly which days our lowest online fares are available, only at southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
My Grand Cherokee's 4x4 of the year, and I got 0% financing.
Because it has amazing four-wheel drive capability, and it's trail rated. Plenty of cargo room.
5-star crash test rating.
And a great lease.
Join over 1 million proud new owners during the Jeep Spring Sales Event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Get 0% financing plus an April bonus cash allowance that can save you up to $4,900 on Grand Cherokee.
We got the Laredo we wanted.
Life is good.
RBK Pump 2.0. Smart shoes that automatically adjust for a custom fit.
Sir, I promise to treat her with nothing but respect. I know I'm young, but I'm very responsible. And I really, really love her.
Have her home by midnight.
TNT, the exclusive home of the Eastern Conference Finals.
The 2005 NBA Playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Jeep Trail Rated Capability. Only in a Jeep 4x4. By the U.S. Postal Service. The U.S. Postal Service is working for you. By Miller. There's good enough, and there's better than it has to be. Miller. Good call. And by RBK Pumps 2.0.
And welcome back to Phoenix and America West Arena here in Phoenix. Early on, the Phoenix Suns lead the Memphis Grizzlies 20-18, and our chance to formally welcome Mike Dunleavy to our broadcast. And, you know, despite 62-20 and scoring 110 points a game, there are still skeptics who feel that the Phoenix Suns don't play the way you should play to win a title.
Well, I think they're wrong, and the main reason is Amari Stoudemire. This team has a low post presence, a major low post presence. This guy on the inside is quicker than most big men. He finishes at the rim. He scores a lot of points in the paint.
And what about Memphis? The goal for Fratello, obviously, is to try to curtail some of their high flying. Well,
as far as possessions, they want to cut the possession game here. They've done it during the season. They've held them under 100 points, but at this pace right now, we're looking at about 130.
A third member of our team is Pam Oliver, and let's go to Pam now.
Well, hey, Dick, while the rest of the world debates whether the Suns are built to last in the playoffs, Coach Mike D'Antoni has other things on his mind. He said a couple of things we have to avoid in this one. We cannot have key guys get in early foul trouble, and we can't have too many missed opportunities. As far as Memphis goes, Pau Gasol told me very confidently, I might add, that the Grizzlies understand how to disrupt the Suns' tempo. He says one thing we cannot do is allow them to get off to a big lead because you will not catch them.
Well, Pam, they haven't done that yet, but the score is a Suns kind of score right now. The ball knocked away and into the game. James Posey has come in for the Grizzlies, and Stephen Hunter has checked in for the Phoenix Suns, the first substitutes of this game.
As well as Jimmy Jackson for Quentin Richardson.
Jackson, of course, traded from Houston and New Orleans, did not report to the Hornets, and they traded him, even though he did not play a game, to the Suns. Here is Miller open for three and hits. Mike Miller, who struggled last year when Memphis was swept by San Antonio, looking to redeem himself this year.
Oh, he's having a great year shooting the ball, over 50% from the field, and he's got his three-point stroke going.
First lead of the game for the Grizzlies, and that is quickly erased as Marion hits the shot. So you have, not only did you have the addition of Steve Nash, but Mike D'Antoni switching a lot of the players' positions.
Well, that's been the key. They went to small ball, and with their guys, their smalls, Marion and Quentin Richardson are excellent rebounders from their position. They went from 26th in the league last year to #1 this year in rebounding with a small team.
So enough of the argument is, can you go with a small team? Very athletic. And here is Marion shooting a three and hitting. Well, this team does not mind hitting threes and firing threes. In fact, one game against the Grizzlies, they shot 37 from beyond the arc.
They've been amazing. You know, if you add their true shooting percentage, the three-pointers to it, they go from #2 in the league to way #1 in front at about 53%.
So the Suns are up by 4. Here is Miller driving the baseline, but stepped out of bounds and turns it over. The officials tonight, Bennett Salvatore, Bob Delaney, and Sean Corbin. There is Mike Fratello, the former czar of the telestrator and now trying to be the czar of his own team. and quell all of those people that are looking for more playing time or maybe a more wide open style.
Well, Mike's done a great job this year coming in for UB Brown after UB having a great year last year with this Memphis Grizzly team.
5-11 when he took over from Hubie. And there's the pass down in the low post to Hunter. And Hunter goes in. Goaltending. Stromile Swift, who's a pretty good shot blocker, called for goaltending. Credit the basket to Hunter.
Stromile reads the play. He comes over, but afterwards, I mean, you see the ball is on the way down. Hunter makes a good move, quick move into the post.
Jason Williams, who has already hit 2 threes. Now Stromile Swift from outside banks it in. And it's a 4-point Suns lead.
Well, right now, what the Grizzlies have done is they've moved Shane Battier to the 4 spot to combat Marion. Marion's off to a good start. They're going to use Battier's mobility.
And Battier ran at it, but Marion, with an unorthodox shot from his hip, hits another 3, and Sean Marion.
It may be too late. He's on fire right now.
14 points on 6 for 6 shooting for Sean Marion here in the first quarter. Posey looking inside to Battier and is fronted by Jackson now. Battier going strong to the basket, blocked by Hunter, and the rebound, and Swift finally tips it in. An entertaining first quarter with 2 minutes remaining.
Well, these guys right now, I mean, as far as they're playing small ball, Memphis is, to match with what Phoenix Suns has done. But right now, like you said, Marion is out of the box, 14 points in the first quarter.
Here's Jackson for 3, and he hits. So Jackson hits a 3. Phoenix 5 of 6 from 3-point range.
Jimmy Jackson ended the year on fire from the 3-point line. It doesn't look like it's stopping.
They don't have a lot of playoff experience, does this Phoenix team, but you never know it. They love the style they play, and they're playing with a world of confidence right now. 7 on the shot clock, under a minute and a half to go in the first. Williams goes by Nash, and the shot from the corner, and the 3-point shot missed by Miller.
This is what they do best right here, numbers game.
How about 3 more?
Well, Joe Johnson was number 2 in the NBA in 3-point shooting this year, and he loves the corners.
Joe Johnson made more threes than Fred Hoiberg attempted. Hoiberg was the only guy with a better percentage from 3-point range. And this crowd going wild, an 11-point lead for Phoenix.
Early on, we thought the tempo of the game was fool's gold for Memphis.
You are, but we were assigned this case by Captain Taylor.
There's been a change of plans. Once I get to work and they see me in action, they'll have a whole list of other reasons to hate my guts.
My all-new Grand Cherokee's 4x4 of the year.
5-star side crash test rating and 0% financing.
We got a great lease.
More cargo. Bonus cash. More adventure.
Join over 1 million proud new owners during the Jeep Spring Sales event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Get 0% financing plus an April bonus cash allowance that can save you up to $7,000 on Liberty.
I got a sweet deal on my new Liberty. It's a legend.
The Amityville Horror is the #1 movie in America. The Los Angeles Times calls it a terrific scare show, packing plenty of jokes. The Amityville Horror, directed by Andrew Douglas. Rated R, now playing.
Want to beat athlete's foot? Let's try a little one-on-one. Lamisil AT versus Lotrimin AF. Use this, you have to use it for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. With Lamisil AT, 1 week and you're done. That's 4 times faster. Lamisil AT, advanced treatment.
Follow the curving Irish lanes long enough, and you'll find yourself in the town of Wicklow. And if you arrive on that most special day in Ireland, you'll find the town celebrating their favorite holiday in traditional fashion.
Hey, John, happy Cinco de Mayo!
Sports TV brings you more women's sports than any other network and has teamed up with the Women's Sports Foundation to support opportunities for new sport programs for young women across the country. Log on to collegesports.com and click on I Support Women's Sports to make your donation.
That's what little girls are made of.
16-4 run for the Suns, ending the first quarter, and this is what they do best.
Well, right here, you're going to see the Phoenix Suns players getting the shots that they love. I mean, Quentin Richardson loves it from that wing. Joe Johnson loves it from the corners. Marion loves the top and the corners. Jimmy Jackson loves the wing. Every one of the shots, they're the ones they like to shoot. They're doing a terrific job of penetrating, drawing, kick, and getting their looks.
And if the Grizzlies wanted to stall that man, Sean Marion, they failed. 14 points, 6 for 6 from the field, hitting both of his three-point attempts. Now the Grizzlies held the Suns to under 100 in 3 of the 4 games during the regular season that they split.
But this tempo started out in the favor of the Suns because Memphis started making shots and they decided to play that tempo.
And a three-point basket by Posey. And it's 36-28. Monzie Wells also checks in for Memphis. This is the most points, by the way, the Suns have scored in any quarter against the Grizzlies this year. So much for the regular season.
Well, right now you see with Battier at the 4 spot, they're able to switch the pick and rolls and not try and give up as many easy open looks.
And a block by Wells on Hunter. And that leaves Dex open for a 3. So you block a guy inside and you think you made a good play and then you get burned.
Should have given up the 2.
Who knew? Suns have hit 7 of their first 8 shots from three-point range, and again lead by 11. Final seconds of the first quarter. Battier, and that'll do it. Well, the Grizzlies feel that they're going to be able to score against the Suns. But how are they going to stop the Suns for scoring? And again, the most points that they have scored against Memphis in any quarter, 39-28. Phoenix, seeded number 1, taken off great.
When it comes to food, you need a light beer that measures up. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Taste for yourself. Miller. Good call.
My Grand Cherokee's 4x4 of the year, and I got 0% financing.
Because it has amazing four-wheel drive capability and is trail rated. Plenty of cargo room.
5-star crash test rating.
And a great lease. Join over 1 million proud new owners during the Jeep Spring Sales event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Get 0% financing plus an April bonus cash allowance that can save you up to $4,900 on Grand Cherokee.
We got the Laredo we wanted.
Life is good.
This way.
Left turn heading 285, cleared in hot to the target.
Moms, they have so much to deal with. That's why they really deserve an extra cool Mother's Day gift from Radio Shack. She'll love this Verizon Wireless 8910 camera phone for only $29.99. Buy one and get one free with 2-year agreements per phone. No wonder Radio Shack sells more wireless phones than any other consumer electronics retailer. Yes, for all Mom has to put up with, she's worthy of the best this year. From Radio Shack, we make it easy.
Ready for a tasty bargain? Try the brand new 99-cent snacker from KFC. 100% hand-floured chicken breast, pepper mayo, and crisp lettuce freshly prepared on a sesame seed bun. Now your dollar goes further at KFC.
How do we get more taste than Bud Light and half the carbs? 150 years of American brewing know-how. Ah, the sweet taste of craftsmanship. Great taste, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
June, an unforgettable journey.
The white men are like locusts.
From executive producer Steven Spielberg and DreamWorks Television. A 6-week television event. Now, both stories will be told. Into the West, starting June 10th, only on TNT. Sponsored by Dodge and the all-new 2006 Charger.
And back here in Phoenix and in the desert sun at nighttime, the fans flocking to America West Arena to see their Phoenix Suns, a 33-game improvement from a year ago to 62 wins. Meanwhile, over on the Memphis side, a little rockier year, coaching change. Mike Fratello, who last coached in the playoffs back in 1998 with the Cleveland Cavaliers, losing to the Pacers in 4 games in the first round. But for Mike, this is the 10th time in 14 years he has taken a team to the playoffs, Mike.
Mike's done a great job. You know, he's led with his defense every place he's been, and this year, you know, no different. They're 4th in the league as far as enforcing turnovers, which unfortunately for him in the first quarter tonight, they've only forced 1.
He looks like he's in a state of shock right now. And the Grizzlies were 40-26 under Mike Fratello, and they lost 5 of their last 6 games and managed to be the number 8 spot. Leandro Barbosa has come in the game at point guard. Marion misses inside. So Earl Watson is the new point guard. Bonzi Wells is out there with Stromile Swift, Paul Gasol, and James Posey.
Well, Memphis has gone back to a big lineup now, so one of their big guys is going to have to guard Marion again, which is the major mismatch in this series.
The repost to Gasol and the rebound by Marion, and I guess it's going to be a puzzle for Fratello throughout the series to get the right matchups.
Right, he's going to have to search for it. He may have to even change his starting lineup sometime in this series, depending on how it goes.
Marion misses the 3, and here's Watson, who's a very tough defensive player at the point, and he's matched up with Barbosa. Amari Stoudemire is in the lineup with Marion. Jackson, and the shot rolls off. Bonzi Wells is attempting.
Bonzi's a good low post player. He's got to take the ball to the rim. Again, you want to try and get these Phoenix Suns in foul trouble.
Jackson passes into Marion, feeds inside out of bounds. Let's go to Pam.
All right, Dick, watching the Grizzlies in the huddle, you could sense the concern over the developments in the first quarter. Mike Fratello very calmly reinforced the team's assignment. He encouraged the Grizzlies to remain patient despite the Suns' scoring onslaught. The Grizzlies sensed the urgency. They were encouraged in that last huddle. We've got to get back in this now.
And the one thing that Mike did tell us, Pam, and that is that they could take off to a big lead. Don't be awed by it, because that is their game. And Bonzi Wells drives in for the layup. So keep your poise, despite what the Suns may do.
No question. You've got to take the runs. You've got to handle them, and you've got to come back and play in your solid game to get back in it.
9-point lead, and Stromile Smith cuts it to 7, 39-32. And from the looks of things early in the second, Mike, it looks like Memphis has not lost any of that poise.
No, they've kept it, and they've defended these last couple possessions down at this end and turned them into baskets the other way.
Stoudemire driving in, no basket, foul before the shot. And the first foul of the game.
It's pretty interesting since he never dribbled the ball again and put the ball up.
And Mike D'Antoni complaining, and the foul is called against Bonzi Wells.
Stoudemire puts it on the floor right there. Maybe he gets fouled before he lands on that hop. So therefore, probably a good call by the referees.
Well, they usually make the correct call. Oh, no, I'm asking the wrong guy.
Take the 5th.
Yeah. Barbosa.
No, they do a great job.
Quentin Richardson with a long 3 and a long rebound into the hands of Watson. So Phoenix Suns brilliant in the first quarter, hitting 67% of their shots, have missed their first 5 here in the second quarter. Bonzi Wells going in and is fouled. So Wells getting to the rim will go to the line to shoot 2. The foul is on Amari Stoudemire, and that is going to be something to watch.
Well, Bonzi did a real good job here. When he caught the ball outside, he could have taken that jump shot, but he saw the opening to the hole, and he took the ball to the rim and got him to take a foul on him. So that's what they need to do, because Phoenix subset as far as the depth is concerned.
And of course, the one guy you really want to get in foul trouble is Amari Stoudemire, who picked up his first.
Well, no question. I mean, Stoudemire and Nash, the 2 keys. If you can get anybody in foul trouble on this team.
Here is Bonzi Wells whose full name is Gaywin D'Angelo Wells, and even he doesn't know where Bonzi came from.
Well, I knew that. I coached Bonzi.
But I beat you to it. So since Steve Nash went out, the Grizzlies have outscored the Suns 9-3, and traveling is the call.
Memphis has done a really good job so far when Stoudemire catches the ball, of taking away his right hand, making him go to his left where he's less effective.
So the Grizzlies playing on the road where the Suns were even Steven 31-10 at home and away. They have the best road record in the NBA. Here's Watson open for three, way off the mark. And here is Barbosa bringing it up.
You see Bonzi in a low post.
And they're going to go with the offensive foul.
Great job of stepping in by Posey. He's a really good defender. Reads the situation, man coming out of control and steps in on Sean Marion.
And Marion called for this one as he went right into Posey. No acting job needed there.
No, he was like, he got hit by a runaway truck right here.
So it's a 5-point lead for the Suns. They were up by as many as 11 in the first quarter. Stromile Swift stepping back, and he throws up a wild shot. The last two perimeter shots were wild.
Yeah, Memphis has to have more restraint. They cannot settle for take bad shots. That leads right into what Phoenix wants.
Pau Gasol trying to cut off the baseline against Amari Stoudemire. The block inside, and finally coming down with it with the rebound was Stromile Swift. Here is Posey trying to back it in. Gasol gets the rebound. The last three shots by the Grizzlies have been abominable from the perimeter or from even medium range.
Yeah, they've got to take their pace down, go to low post, make them double team, and get good shots out of moving the basketball.
Here's Watson in the lane. Pau inside the three-point line hits. So Pau Gasol with the field goal. He has 8 points on 4 for 8 shooting.
Well, he's got a nice perimeter game as well as low post game.
And Watson reaching in, committing the foul on Marion. And a timeout coming up. So Watson, seeing that Marion with big size advantage on him, commits the foul.
Well, Watson is a great defensive player. He did a nice job of sinking the fill and taking that pass away.
From the network that knows drama, Academy Award nominee Will Smith, Academy Award winner Jamie Foxx. Don't miss Ali.
The champ is here!
Saturday at 9 on TNT. We know drama.
The 270 horsepower Acura TL with DVD audio surround sound and available navigation is part of commutes everywhere. Possibly the best part. The Acura TL, a higher form of performance.
At AutoZone, I can find the right part. Give me tailgate, engine, piston, bumper.
AutoZone for over 750,000 new special order and salvage parts.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Foot odor. There's a better way to fight it. Only Odor Eaters has Zorbatex technology to absorb 110% of its weight in sweat and destroy odor on contact. The strongest Odor Eaters foot powder ever.
Streaming video highlights, news, scores, schedules, and more. NBA action delivered directly to you on select Nokia video phones. Nokia, connecting people.
Hi, guys.
What is Budweiser? It's bright, the look of perfection. It's crisp, with ideal flavor. It's clean, for a great finish. It's pure, made with the finest all-natural ingredients. It's the smooth, flavorful result of beechwood aging. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer.
And it's time now for Bud Lights around the league. And the subject, three-point shooting attempts And let's take a look. More than 625 three-point attempts in a season since '95, and your old player Q, 631 this year.
Well, they didn't give enough notice. If they gave a little notice, he could have got to 678, 47 more. That could have taken what, 2 or 3 games. He could have done that.
We should have said, hey, Quentin, we're going to do a Bud Light around the league. See if he can get up to 700.
Believe me, it could have happened.
Well, Steve Nash is back in the game, and no wonder, because with Nash on the bench, the Suns were 1 for 8 from the field, committed 3 turnovers, and still have not scored in this quarter. Quentin Richardson goes in out of bounds, last touch by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he took the ball the hole there. He may have gotten hit on that one. They may have missed that call.
So the MVP candidate, and it's Nash, Shaq. Take your pick. Good arguments for both, but here's Nash. And the rebound taken down by Stromile Smith. So Phoenix still
scoreless in Phoenix.
That's right. That's right. Seattle hope they're not sleepless in Seattle against Sacramento on Tuesday night. Bonzi Wells. Wild shot.
Close the door. Somebody open the door.
Here's Joe Johnson. Passes up a 3 to Quentin Richardson. And Gasol getting the rebound, and it'll be Phoenix ball. So Phoenix now 0 for 10 here in the second quarter, and what was once an 11-point lead has been narrowed to 3. Mike D'Antoni looks up at the score, says, since when is my team stuck on a number like this?
Right. Well, you know, as Fratello said to his teammates, team before the game, you know, don't get caught up in it. Stay the course.
So far they have. They've weathered one big storm in the first quarter, Mike. Underneath, Swift with 5 on the shot clock. Posey going in off balance, and Amari Stoudemire getting a rebound.
Now they got numbers again right here with Nash coming at it.
Nash picked up by Posey, the bigger guy, and in the corner, hitting the basket, Walter McCarty for a 3. So this has been a weak bench, but the acquisitions of Jim Jackson and Walter McCarty has added a little, little substance to it.
Well, McCarty can take over where Marion leaves off. He's a good three-point shooter. He's a pretty good defender.
6-point lead, the ball knocked away, and here is Pau Gasol with a soft jumper over Amari Stoudemire, and it's a 4-point advantage.
It was good ball movement out of the double team in the low post.
And there is Watson, who was guarding Nash. Nearly halfway through the second quarter, and the foul on the crossover is committed on Joe Johnson trying to make a move, and it's on James Posey. Dick Stockton along with Mike Dunleavy and Pam Oliver here at America West Arena. Game 1 of the best of 7, with Memphis, the number 8 seed, going against the team with the best record in the league, the Suns. And Tuesday night on NBA TV, want to remind you that the Sixers meet the Pistons in Game 2 of their series. Coverage begins 7:30 p.m. Eastern with Detroit up 1-0.
Well, the subs from Memphis did a nice job of coming in and cutting this lead.
Nash penetrating and feeding Richardson.
He tried to quick it against the clock and hurried his shot. He's wide open for a layup.
And Nash does get to penetrate a good deal, doesn't he?
No, he does a great job of showing patience and not committing himself till he finds the opening he wants.
So it's a 4-point lead. Memphis leading only once. Gasol wide open. In and out, and Amari Stoudemire getting the rebound. That's his 5th board of the game.
Only a shot Gasol made. Right now you got the small lineup back in for Memphis.
Now Gasol, and he's got to have a big series along with Miller. And here is Johnson passing out of the double team to Walter McCarty. Ball movement. Nash didn't have the shot. They give it to Quentin Richardson, who does.
Back to his spot. You know, the last couple of shots he's missed haven't been from his spot. He loves that wing.
Second 3 for Quentin Richardson, and the Suns are up by 7, and this is a good timeout by Mike Fratello.
It is. He doesn't want to let it get too far away from him. The last couple of times down the floor, now when they resubbed in, the ball movement has gotten Memphis. They haven't had full rotations, and there's been a couple of wide open shots for the Phoenix Suns.
Hey, Angie, going to the post office?
Post office?
Angie, post office, 3 seconds.
No matter how many packages you need to send, you don't have to go to the post office. Just log on to USPS.com. Pay postage, get insurance, print labels, and we'll pick them up for free.
Shh, I'm at the post office.
Just one more way the U.S. Postal Service is working for you.
Downtown today, temperatures are going to soar into the hundreds. $3.75.
When beer starts out this cold, it ends up this refreshing. Coors Light. Taste the cold.
First, I won. Cool. What prize you win? Well, if you won, you must get a prize, right?
Oh, no.
Congratulations on your no prize, didn't win nothing victory.
Oh, man.
Hey, I won a game reel at Blockbuster.
Looks like you playing the wrong game, brother. Show him my motto.
Play what's under your cap game. 1 in 10 will score cool stuff like a cap with your favorite b-baller's name, game or movie rentals at Blockbuster, music downloads, even ringtones.
You're still a winner to me.
Really?
No.
Later this year, we're launching the first of several new satellites that together will deliver over 1,500 high-definition channels across the country. It's part of DirecTV's commitment to the best TV experience. Your TV's ready. Are you? Because we launch rockets into space, and our satellites beam hundreds of channels to 13 million customers across the country, some would say a business like DirecTV's is complicated. Actually, we think it's quite simple. DirecTV has been named #1 in overall customer satisfaction among cable and satellite providers 3 years in a row. Because our customers come first. And there's nothing complicated about that.
The 2005 NBA Playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. The few, the proud, the Marines. And by Sprite and Thirst, reminding you to obey your thirst.
I don't know who you think you are, but we were assigned this case by Captain Taylor.
There's going to change plans. Once I get to work and they see me in action, they'll have a whole list of other reasons to hate my guts.
And back at America West Arena, where the Suns have opened up a 7-point lead once again after the Grizzlies challenge with Steve Nash going to the bench. And there is Nash. When Nash has been on the bench, the Suns have been outscored by 8. When he's in the game, the Suns have a 15-point advantage over the Memphis Grizzlies. To give you an idea how important and crucial he is to this club.
Now he drives the engine here. He makes everything go.
And, of course, you got to see him when you played for Milwaukee, and you were advised to go watch Santa Clara play Marquette, right?
Yeah, Del Harris coached him in Kent. Said, you're going to love this guy. He plays just like you. And when I saw him, I said, no, just like me. He's not as good as me.
Of course not.
And then, of course, 2 years into the league, what an insult to Steve Nash that he's even compared to me.
He might have gotten a little better from the time you saw him. Crashing the boards and finally tipping it in is Quentin Richardson. And it's, again, a 9-point lead. The Suns open up an 11-point lead in the first quarter. Let's check who's out there. Jason Williams at the point with Posey, Shane Battier, and Pau Gasol, and Mike Miller. And the basket will count Jason Williams, and if he stays in control, he can be a big factor for this team.
Well, he started out making a couple of threes to start this game, and then a great attack to the basket right here and a great finish. Takes the hit while McCarty's still on the move and puts it in softly off the glass.
McCarty committing the foul, and so here is Jason Williams, who came over in that big trade from the Kings with Mike Bibby. Bibby struggling, making only 1 shot last night in the Kings' loss to Seattle. 6-point lead for the Suns.
Comes this isolation into a pick and roll with Stoudemire. He loves to slip. They love taking this out of timeouts. They love running that play.
And the foul is called, and you get a picture of how tough he is to match up with the balance he had on the pick and roll going to the basket.
Well, again, he's got such great quickness and ability. Here he comes up off, he goes swing the ball, runs into a pick and roll, gets the defense behind him and slips it. Now he attacks the rim. Shane Battier comes over to take the charge, and they say he was moving.
So the foul was called against Posey, and Amari Stoudemire on the line. The first free throw attempt tonight for the Phoenix Suns. Amari Stoudemire, who went to Cypress Creek High School in Orlando, the 9th pick in the draft, and the only player in the top 10 in scoring and field goal percentage. You talk about guys responding in a hurry to high school to the pro adjustment.
Oh, he's been amazing, but he came into the league with a pro body right out of high school, so that was one reason you thought he could make the adjustment. But he's made a bigger one in that he was so right-handed last year. He's come back and be able to go with his left hand much more this year.
Williams getting it back as Pau Gasol got the offensive rebound. Under 4 minutes to go, and the basket counts and the foul. Pau Gasol off to a big start now. Is the only second player in double figures, has 12 points as Stoudemire picks up his second personal foul.
I really like this for Memphis. What they did, they moved the ball out of the low post, then they reposted, threw the ball back into Gasol. Before the defense could get set, come double team him again. He makes his move, scores, and gets fouled.
Pau Gasol, who had what a lot of people termed a mysterious foot injury that hampered him to the tune of 23 games toward the end of the season. Does not make the free throw, 49-43, and they thought that it was plantar fasciitis. Here's Nash penetrating, going up, and it will be tipped in. Hunter, I believe, gets credit for the basket.
Well, again, Nash's penetration broke the defense down, drew defenders to him, and left the open opportunity for both Marion and Hunter to go to the rim and tip it in.
And Mike D'Antoni admits his team really does not play good defense, individual good defense. It's not the style, it's the defensive ability, and there is Battier hitting from the corner.
Good job by Memphis of making the extra pass and getting a great shot.
And Nash finds himself.
He passed up a layup right there, wanting to be a passer, set his teammate up.
Left his feet and didn't know where to go with it. Marion with a circus move, and it's a 6-point game again. So the Memphis Grizzlies, with under 3 minutes to go, after taking a couple of shots from the Suns, are hanging in there.
A couple of important possessions now, coming down. Establish yourself in a low post. No double team with Hunter versus Gasol versus Hunter, as opposed to double teaming when Stoudemire's guarding him.
Tough baseline spin, missed by Gasol, and here is Johnson feeding Hunter for the basket.
Joe Johnson showing his versatility there. Comes out, spots up the three like he's going to take it, makes Mike Miller commit, trips him up, attacks the rim, and then makes a great play off the dribble.
As he emerged since his first year with the Boston Celtics.
He has been terrific. He's improved in all facets of the game. He played some backup point guard for them when necessary this year.
Williams, who now is the leading scorer for the Grizzlies with 13. Pau Gasol has 12. Sean Marion with 16 tops the Suns as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the first half. 6-point lead. Here is Nash working against Williams, and the fall away.
Williams did a nice job of staying in front of him right there. Made Nash shoot a fadeaway jump shot.
Memphis is going to have to play defense, and if they can get the game in the half court more often than not, easier said than done. They've got a chance to challenge. They were 2-2 against the Suns in the regular year. And the three-point shot by Posey, wide open, so the Suns not guarding Posey, and it's down to 3.
Again, Gasol coming against the coming into the middle against a single coverage. I don't know why Posey would be open on that one.
And Mike Fratello right now has silenced the crowd, but not for long, as Nash feeds Hunter. So Hunter coming off the bench with 6 points for the Suns.
Well, again, I think Mike D'Antoni was a little upset that last time down because no double team. There shouldn't have been an open guy for that kind of a look.
Nash with 8 assists already in the game. Of course, led the league the most assists average since John Stockton back in '95. Brilliant year. Here's Pau Gasol against Hunter going in. And the rebound, and now they're going to say the shot clock expired. The ball did not hit the rim, and the fans are upset because they said, hey, we're on another fast break.
No, but that was actually a great call. I was sitting here saying, if I'm the other coach, I'm jumping up saying, no, my guy's committed a 24-second violation. What's wrong with you guys? Well, he makes the baseline move. Great defense by Hunter. The ball comes in, does not get touched by anybody, and the buzzer went off before Marion took off with the basketball.
Well, it's a 5-point lead. Mike Fratello's Grizzlies, who just managed to get into the playoffs, trying to steal a game against a team that is a high-wire act from start to finish.
Help, save me! Oh, save me, princess! You are my princess. My hero.
Special moments are gone before you know it, but Radio Shack makes it easy to preserve and share memories. Get everything you need with this HP 3.2 megapixel digital camera, full-size photo printer, memory card, scrapbook software, and paper for $199.99 after rebate.
Here's your photo scrapbook.
Oh my, for me already?
It was easy.
Digital photography is easy at Radio Shack.
Remember how great the last day of school was? That's what getting away on a Southwest Airlines Fun Fair feels like. These low fares to your favorite vacation spots are available any day of the week and start at just $49. Book yours at southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
The Honda Odyssey has long been called the best vehicle in its class. All the more reason to go back to the drawing board and make it more powerful with an advanced 255 horsepower V6 engine. More spacious, with room for 8, and more intelligent than ever before. Introducing the all-new Honda Odyssey. A great idea, made better.
Where's Wade? Listen to me. Please don't kill me.
House of Wax. Rated R. Starts Friday, May 6th.
Come back. You still have a few more minutes.
With my McGriddles and delicious coffee waiting for me, I can dream on.
This time, it's bigger, better, and more outrageous. The Real Gilligan's Island premieres June 8th on TBS.
For us, I think just focus, you know, I mean, defensively, if we're tuned in, we're a good defensive team. And, you know, it's important for us to realize that that's so important. You know, some nights we're going to run people out of the gym, we're going to shoot people out of the gym, but you can't do that every night. So, you know, you got to be able to rely on your defense. And if we can be consistent defensively, you know, I think we have enough offense to really cause people tons of problems.
But basically, they like to run, and Steve Nash has made him a running team this year. And Mike D'Antoni, of course, that's his style of play. Spent 1 year as an assistant to my partner, Mike Dunleavy, at Portland.
Well, Mike's done a great job, but if Nash, if they play good defense, they're going to be a scary team because they're a heck of an offensive team.
Quentin Richardson changing hands as he goes up and is fouled. The Grizzlies over the limit, and the Suns still have a foul to give. The foul is against Lorenzen Wright.
Quentin Richardson did a nice job there on a closeout of attacking the rim, and then obviously when the shot blocker came over, he adjusted to draw the foul. Now, surprisingly, Q here with this team doesn't really post up much, but when he played for me, he was a terrific low post player. And right now, I think the philosophy is, you know, if he's down the low post, that means Stoudemire isn't, and we're not shooting our threes.
Don't take up the space if you don't have to. Well, tomorrow night on TNT, the Celtics host the Pacers in Game 2 of their series, followed by Game 2 between the Rockets and the Mavericks. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern. Mike Miller losing his footing. Ball slapped away by Quentin Richardson, making a good defensive play.
It was a great defensive play. I wish he would have done that for me.
What about this?
He could do that. Q's been doing a great job.
You mean take threes or miss threes? Or both?
I'm taking the fifth.
That's twice tonight.
No, Q is terrific. I really love coaching him. He's a great guy.
Miller driving in, and it's tapped up and missed by Battier.
A great hustle by Q right there.
And a foul called as Nash is fouled by Jason Williams. Can't blame Williams. He's just playing with reckless abandon on that play.
He did a nice job right here. This ball's going out of bounds. Quentin Richardson does a super job of getting to that ball. He's made a lot of little plays here tonight that do not show up in the box score. Jason Williams, again, just going after loose ball, trying to make a play for his team. But now you put a deadly free throw shooter on the line with 10 seconds left. Chance to take it up 9.
Now Nash only 1 for 6 from the field, but has 8 assists in the game and a chance to open up a 9-point lead. Verizon Wireless halftime report coming up next with EJ, Kenny, and Charles in our studios in Atlanta. Nash makes them both, and it's a 59-50 lead. Final seconds of the first half. Memphis Grizzlies have made a couple of runs, and Posey going up, and they'll call the charge on James Posey with 1.9, and now the Suns can match their biggest lead if they make the free throw.
You know, Memphis made a mistake here. They passed up some really good looks, and Nash does a great job of going in and establishing position and drawing the charge. And if that didn't work, Hunter was right behind him for the clean block.
So 1.9, and Nash gets it off in time, and it would have counted had it gone. So the Suns finished with a blaze. 6-0 run to end the quarter. And after Nash was out, and Memphis, well, maybe the key to victory would be Nash playing every minute of the game.
Well, that's been one of the things this year. You know, they've been at times a little disappointed in their backup point guard play. And Barbosa, I think, is a terrific player. Is going to be great. But right now, when you lose Nash, it's just not the same.
Sean Marion leading with 16, and right now he's with Pam Oliver.
That's right. Great shooting half for you, Sean Marion. Tell me a little bit about what you guys need to do in the second half. I know you're probably not completely satisfied.
No, not at all. I think we got to move the ball a little bit more and, you know what I'm saying, stay focused on our defensive end. I think we tend to get lulled in, play inside out. I think they're getting some wide open threes. We got to make sure we stay on our shooters and make them drive.
Patience has to be a key in the second half. You've said all along that Memphis is a scrappy team and they're not going to go away easily.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think they play real hard defense. They play in and out, you know, most of the philosophies during the season. But I think we just got to keep attacking them and keeping our outside shots. We should find.
All right, appreciate it, Sean. Let's go back to Ernie in our studios in Atlanta.
All right, thank you very much, Pam. It is time for the Verizon Wireless halftime report. 9-point game. Phoenix on top of Memphis in the 1-8 matchup in the Western Conference, 59-50 at the break. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. It's a triple header Sunday. First weekend of the NBA playoffs, and the #1 seed trying to hold off the Grizzlies. Of course, the #2 seed San Antonio was beaten tonight by Denver. We'll have highlights of that still to come. That's the major story of the day. But as far as this game goes, looks like every time you look up, somebody from Phoenix is hitting a three-pointer. But Kenny's here to tell us they're more than just shooting from the promised land.
Well, you figure Sean Marion made me kind of look for this. When he said, you know, we score 110 points in the interview before the game. We don't get them all in a fast break. We have to do something else. So I said, okay, I'm going to look for the Loch Ness Monster. I'm going to see where's the half-court offense. And I actually found something, a half-court offense. And what they do in the half-court offense, Stoudemire basically does everything in terms of pick. He runs around and picks. Now, once he gets into the pick and roll, you find people in the lane, and Steve Nash does the penetration. They didn't get a score there, but they did get an easy basket. There it is. They also take advantage of mismatches. Joe Johnson is a great post-up player. They move the ball around, so then they have a post presence in Joe Johnson along with Quentin Richardson at times. But here it is, Joe Johnson again on the post, swinging it back out, move the ball, easy jumper. That's actually the same play, but this one goes down. So you have a lot of different options, but here, this is the bread and butter. The pick and roll, Stoudemire slips it. He doesn't actually set it this time. So they run pick and roll with every single player in a half-court offense, and all Amari Stoudemire does is run around and find which guy has the ball.
Memphis finds themselves down by 9, 59-50, but how would you characterize the way they played in the first half, Charles?
They had a good first half. You know, they missed a couple shots down the stretch. You know, Phoenix shot the ball extremely well from three-point land, and to only be down by 9, they got to feel good. But that's the way you have to play the Suns. You know, because you can't stop them. They're going to run, they're going to gun. The teams they've lost to have outscored them. They haven't slowed them down. But one thing about Phoenix, you can always come back, because they're going to keep living with the shot, the three-point shot, and they're not going to play great defense, but it's going to be just a high-scoring game.
59-50. By the way,
are you getting older?
You know what?
Your voice is changing.
You know something? No Western Conference team has scored 100 points yet, and
Really?
every Eastern Conference winner has scored 100.
Wow.
How about that for the first weekend of the NBA playoffs?
Stupid, stupid, stupid.
I kind of like this.
Well, people only care about W's and L's.
Still to come. Highlights from San Antonio. Guess what? The number 2 seed in the West goes down at home to Denver. Highlights and post-game chatter coming up.
The Halftime Report is brought to you by Verizon Wireless, the official wireless provider of the NBA.
Can you hear me now? Good.
We're in the second period of extra time. It's been a grueling match for both teams. Shad chases the ball. Ramos takes the throw. Oh, man!
The longer and harder you exercise, the more severe your hydration needs become, and that can cause you to fall apart. That's why there's new Gatorade Endurance Formula. This unique 5-electrolyte formula puts back more of what your body loses during your most punishing activities. New Gatorade Endurance Formula.
Ready for a tasty bargain? Try the brand new 99-cent snacker from KFC. 100% hand-floured chicken breast, pepper mayo, and crisp lettuce freshly prepared on a sesame seed bun. Now your dollar goes further at KFC.
The Amityville Horror is the #1 movie in America. The Los Angeles Times calls it a terrific scare show, packing plenty of jokes. The Amityville Horror, directed by Andrew Douglas. Rated R, now playing.
Moms, they have so much to deal with. That's why they really deserve an extra cool Mother's Day gift from Radio Shack. She'll love this Verizon Wireless 8910 camera phone for only $29.99. Buy one and get one free with 2-year agreements per phone. No wonder Radio Shack sells more wireless phones than any other consumer electronics retailer. Yes, for all Mom has to put up with, she's worthy of the best this year. From Radio Shack, we make it easy.
The passage is intense, but if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Is this the help desk? I need help.
What kind of help?
Dinosaurs and robots and outer space and why the sky is blue. Lots of stuff.
Don't you learn that in school?
I don't go to school. It's too far. I live on a farm in China.
I see.
Is there room for me over there?
We're virtual. There's always room.
Help desk.
Back here on the Verizon Wireless Halftime Report. Game 2 of our triple header took us to San Antonio, where Andre Miller and the Denver Nuggets were taking on the #2 seed San Antonio. 11-2 run to close out the half, and that gem by Andre Miller, who had 24 in the first half, tied at 52 going to the third quarter. How about Tim Duncan tonight?
He had a tough night. He couldn't get in the lift on the shots. Missed a lot of easy layups and shots around the basket.
7 out of 22 for Duncan, 18 points and 11 rebounds. San Antonio stone cold in the fourth quarter. They went better than 10 minutes without a field goal.
You know, one of the other things that you saw was contesting shots. San Antonio, I don't know if it's accustomed to the athleticism of Camby and also Kenyon Martin in the paint. When they go in there, those little floaters are being contested.
Yeah, but the main thing, Tim Duncan's struggling. The guy who's going to have to step up is Tony Parker. Ginobili played, had a really good game. But Tony Parker, with Tim Duncan not 100%, it's going to have to be Parker.
Speaking of Duncan, here is Greg Popovich's take on TD.
Timmy gave us everything he could. You know, obviously he's not in his typical rhythm and not on the very top of his game, but we knew that going in, and he's a competitor, and he, you know, played more minutes than he probably is able to, but he did it.
because he's a competitor. So, we'll hope that he comes out of it okay and go after Wednesday's game.
Yes, Wednesday, game 2 of the series. So a couple of nights off to try to get guys, especially Tim Duncan, more up to speed.
Well, first of all, number one, you got to take your hat off to Nazir Muhammad for his fantastic. Played a monster game. The only way, Tim Duncan, you're not going to do a lot of practicing. And we're talking off camera. You just got to go to the gym, get treatment twice a day, and just shoot a lot of shots. That's all he can do, because he's not getting any lift. Got great looks, but he can't explode.
Can't explode, and his rhythm is thrown off a little bit, and you almost have to take a summertime approach. I worked out with my brother Vincent when I was growing up.
Man, what you take this is, what, just a family tree out?
Oh, in the NBA.
People at home don't care who the hell your brother is.
So, in the NBA series, when we play teams like Phoenix, we'd come back at night. And
People
we just
don't want
get
to talk
shots.
about your brother.
And we get shots up. So he has to come back to the gym, get shots up. Forget the physical aspect of it. He has that covered, but he gets the shots.
Sound to me like you just make your brother work, get rebounds for you.
I bet Vincent is happy. Got the shout out. By the way, that's just the 3rd time that a number 7 has gone to a number 2 and taken game 1. Tomorrow night, doubleheader. Pacers and Celtics game 2 as Indiana tries to bounce back, and the Dallas Mavericks lost the home court in game 1 against Houston. T-Mac trying to make it 2-0 tomorrow night.
Shout out to Vince.
Why don't you say your mother's name too?
Hey, what's up, Mom? How you doing? Pops, what's good?
TNT, the exclusive home of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Chili's legendary baby back ribs. To go. Get in, get out, get on with your life.
This Friday,
Let's do it. Come on.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is dazzling, 4 stars, exhilarating, totally original, mind-blowingly brilliant, and out of this world. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, rated PG, starts Friday.
Later this year, we're launching the first of several new satellites that together will deliver over 1,500 high-definition channels across the country. It's part of DirecTV's commitment to the best TV experience. Your TV's ready. Are you?
All the baseball you want and then some. MLB Extra Innings from DirecTV. More of your favorite players. More of your favorite teams. And all the pennant races. Up to 60 games each week you won't get if you don't call. MLB Extra Innings from DirecTV.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use or dissemination of this telecast or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
The Halftime Report has been brought to you by Verizon Wireless, the official wireless provider of the NBA.
Suns have numbers. Nash behind the back. Stoudemire.
My friends and I joined in so we could talk a lot. That's great. And now we have unlimited text and picture messaging, too. So we're pretty much always in touch. Sorry.
Text and pics are now in. Add unlimited text and picture messaging to your in-calling for just $5 a month from our enhanced service area. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SUV Championships.
Anybody can ride an SUV. Not everybody rides it right.
Pushing it too hard.
Without respect for what they're capable of, it's easy to see why a lot of riders take the role. SUVs are big and powerful, and on top of one, you can feel almost invincible.
Easy now, big fella.
Keeping your SUV in all fours.
Look at that control.
That's the idea, right?
It's late in the evening. She's wondering what clothes to wear. She's wondering what clothes to wear.
Knock it off.
Yeah.
Get the music you want when you want it. For a limited time, get SBC Yahoo DSL, now just $19.95 a month for 12 months when you order online.
Now you can bid on Carmelo Anthony gear and over 10,000 other items. Just drink milk, collect barcodes, and bid to win at winwithmilk.com.
From the director of Gladiator, protect the people. That is your oath. To protect a world torn apart by the Crusades, one man will unite a kingdom.
We fight not to protect these stones, but the people living within these walls.
Orlando Bloom. Fire! Kingdom of Heaven. Rated R.
Steve Nash has 4 points, 8 assists, just 1 out of 7 from the floor. The Suns lead 59-50 with the third quarter on the way. Remember, after this game inside the NBA, all the highlights, all the scores, all the post-game yakety-yak, and we'll look ahead to tomorrow's doubleheader. And our director, Steve Fiorella, will take 75 shots at his brand-new bracket wall.
We got gas, too, man. Chips, $3. Frozen beverage, $2. Gas, $31. Starting a new life together, priceless. Rekindling a fire that never went out. Satisfying a much-needed slushy fix, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For gas stations, there's MasterCard.
Hey, Angie, going to the post office?
Post office? Angie, post office, 3 seconds.
No matter how many packages you need to send, you don't have to go to the post office. Just log on to USPS.com, pay postage, get insurance, print labels, and we'll pick them up for free.
I'm at the post office.
Just one more way the U.S. Postal Service is working for you.
Ready for a tasty bargain? Try the brand new 99-cent snacker from KFC. 100% hand-floured chicken breast, pepper mayo, and crisp lettuce freshly prepared on a sesame seed bun. Now your dollar goes further at KFC.
Foot odor. There's a better way to fight it. Only Odor Eaters has Zorbitex technology to absorb 110% of its weight in sweat and destroy odor on contact. The strongest Odor Eaters foot powder ever.
Man, where are we? This way.
Left turn heading 285, cleared and hot to the target.
It's the only minivan with Stone Go seating. And I got 0% financing.
It's got best-in-class cargo space.
And we need it. Bonus cash and a DVD player. It's got a 5-star side crash test rating.
Join over 1 million proud new owners during the Chrysler Spring Sales Event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Now qualified returning lessees can lease a Town & Country for $269 a month for 39 months with $19.99 due at signing.
We got the Town & Country we wanted. Right here.
I'm glad you could be here tonight. It's been a year, but you look good. I'm a little nervous. Can you tell? I've been thinking of you all year long. More champagne? Why are you so quiet tonight? I really think you like New Jersey.
And welcome back to the America West Arena in Phoenix. Round 1, Western Conference playoffs. The home of the Phoenix Suns, who made the third greatest turnaround in NBA history this year, an improvement of 33 games, the best record in the league, and a 9-point lead over the Memphis Grizzlies in the end of the first half of this game. And right now, I think the Memphis Grizzlies have to really focus on not letting this game get out of hand, which it almost did on 2 occasions.
Well, Mike Patel did a great job of calling a key timeout there in the second quarter. But where they have to do, they've got to go into Gasol, because if Stoudemire's guarding him, he's going to get double teamed. And that opens up good looks for everybody else. They got to make the plays out of it. And when he's not being guarded by Stoudemire, they play him straight up. And that's where he's got to go to work and score. I think the difference when he's in the game, they're ahead 23-10.
Yes, so when Gasol's not out, the Grizzlies are hurting, just as Steve Nash. When he's out of there, the Suns are hurting. And right now, let's take a look at tonight's Chrysler game summary. And you look at the Suns, nothing unusual, 9 for 16 from 3. Grizzlies not doing bad themselves.
No, they've been staying with it. You know, early on, they started making shots. They're playing that fast tempo that turned into the Suns' favor. But when Nash, the 5 minutes that Nash was out of the game, you know, they came back. They stayed their course. They started getting the ball inside, and they started taking better shots, and they made back a lot of ground.
All right, right now we're going to learn something from Pam Oliver. Pam?
All right, Dick, before the game, Mike Fratello told us it's just important for the Grizzlies to stay in their stands. At halftime, Fratello emphasized to the team tempo. He felt like the tempo as the game wore on was beneficial to the Grizzlies. Also, he said if Sean Marion continues to stay hot, they may have to go small to defend him. Back to you.
And that was something that Mike Fratello knew that they might have to do, but when you consider that Amari Stoudemire and Steve Nash have 1 field goal each, and the Suns with a now 11-point lead, matching their biggest margin of the game.
That's one of their pet plays. They love to start games in half of that play where either if the help goes to Nash, then Stoudemire's got his right hand to attack the rim.
Miller going out and off the hands of Lorenzen Wright, so it's Mike Miller firing for 3 and hitting. Mike Miller with a 3, his second of the game.
Again, that's a silencer for them.
And Joe Johnson coming back in and out. And the rebound by Lorenzen Wright. And there's Jason Williams pushing it up. So when the fast break opportunity is there, they'll take it. Was not in that occasion.
Yeah, well, right there, though, I think they missed Mike Miller missed Gasol on the run. He was too busy dribbling the ball. And nice feed by Jason Williams on Gasol on the dish.
Who's now 7 of 15 from the field at 14 points. So Pau Gasol is important to the Grizzlies as Steve Nash is for the Suns. Nash finds an opening in the pass off the hands of Amari Stoudemire. And so once again, Memphis coming out and trying to make inroads again early in the third.
Again, Nash's penetration should have set up a nice dunk right there, but Stoudemire may have taken his eye off the ball and lost it.
Jason Williams with 13. He has the ball leading the Memphis. Pau Gasol has 12, or now he has 14. Trying to post up against Marion. Here is Lorenzen Wright hitting the outside shot. Lorenzen Wright with his first field goal of the game.
They need to get some production out of Wright, otherwise Fratello will go small.
7-0 run at the start of this third quarter by the Memphis Grizzlies, who were swept by San Antonio in 4 straight last year in their magical season. They won 50. QB Brown, Coach of the Year.
Phoenix trying to take advantage of the switch with Quentin Richardson. Of course, the double team, and White gets the wide open shot on the extra pass from Nash to Joe Johnson in the corner.
That's his third three-pointer of the game, so he leads the team in three-point baskets and 10 in the game already for the Suns. Here's Williams stepping back. Gasol moving in against Stoudemire. Amari has 2 personal fouls, and Lorenzen Wright hits his second perimeter shot of this third quarter. 5-point lead now for the Phoenix Suns. And Quentin Richardson hitting another 3. So Q now 3 of 7 from beyond the arc.
And all 3 have been from the same spot, that right wing area.
Big addition. Richardson playing the small forward after being a shooting guard last year, and that was a lot of the position changes. And on the fast break, Richardson is fouled by Shane Battier and will go to the line. So it doesn't take long for the Suns to get the ball up court and get a layup attempt.
Well, Nash makes the perfect timing pass where Q's got a chance to really attack the rim. And he did a good job holding on to it. Battier tried to come in and erase it with a shot block and was called for the foul.
So here is Quentin Richardson, who has 13 points on 4 for 13 shooting. but has hit a couple of threes and out of DePaul, and hit a lot of game winners this season as he came from the Clippers, and a tough loss, I guess, for you to lose him.
Well, we had a situation here where he and Corey Maggette play very similar games. It's kind of hard to have both guys on the team. We thought we were going to add Kerry Kittles, which was a better match for us. Unfortunately for us, Kittles was injured all year, and Q came into a situation that was great for him. So I'm pleased for him. He's a great guy, and he's doing a great job for this team.
And you did a great job with the Clippers this year. Glad to have you with us on our playoff telecast. Mike Dunleavy. 9 on the clock, under 9 minutes to go here in this third quarter, and this Stromile Swift off the rim. 10-point lead, and Sean Marion fires a three, and the Suns have opened up their biggest lead of the game, 13 points, and Mike Fratello wants to discuss it.
Well, again, it can happen in a hurry. Once they get out into the open court, Joe Johnson ran straight to the corner, Marion ran straight to the wing. They have good spacing and consequently get a wide open look. Here we see it. Nash comes down the floor, finds Marion, defender, bucket.
Remember how great the last day of school was? That's what getting away on a Southwest Airlines Fun Fair feels like. These low fares to your favorite vacation spots are available any day of the week and start at just $49. Book yours at southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
It's the only minivan with Stone Go seating. And I got 0% financing.
It's got best-in-class cargo space.
And we need it. Bonus cash and a DVD player. It's got a 5-star side crash test rating.
Join over 1 million proud new owners during the Chrysler Spring Sales Event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Now qualified returning lessees can lease a Town and Country for $269 a month for 39 months with $19.99 due at signing.
We got the Town and Country we wanted. Right here.
I'm tired of eating all this junk at night.
You got a better idea.
Hey, guys, over here. Look out, look out! All right, punch it.
Wendy's has a better way to satisfy those late-night cravings.
Welcome to Wendy's.
Everybody hide.
We make everything fresh right when you order it, like our hot and juicy classic hamburgers and our famous spicy chicken sandwich. So you can eat great, even late.
It's good to be nocturnal.
Wendy's, it's better here. Our pickup window is open till midnight or later.
Only you can make all this world seem right. Only you, you're my dream come true, my one and only.
Now this is a work of art.
The 2005 NBA Playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. And by Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
What we saw here, we had a switch out of a low post pin down, and Quentin Richardson's got Jason Williams on him, and Phoenix shows the patience to take time to go to the play. They post up Q, ball please puts it on a dribble on the floor, double team comes, Q finds the open man, the rotate comes up out of the corner, Joe Johnson for his favorite spot, favorite corner three, nothing but net. Great patience by the Phoenix Suns.
You call all your players by just the one initial?
Only the ones with one initial.
Mike D'Antoni in his third year. And a steal, Marion steals the pass, gets the ball back. Sean Marion foul going in, and Marion is shaken up. Sean Marion is hurt.
Right there, you saw the play you saw was Nash doing his job, advancing the basketball up the court, up the sideline, and Marion goes into attack mode, and two defenders went after him, got tangled up, and took a hard hit.
Grabbing his right wrist.
Right here, he goes in, play right here, going for the ball, and then as he's coming down, he just loses his balance.
Shane Battier, and that's what you're supposed to. That's basketball, right?
Yeah, I don't think there was anything intentional right there, as far as there wasn't a hit to the head, and the rule is excessive force. But really, I really kind of thought they were making a play on the ball. I honestly didn't see a flagrant foul on the play.
They have not indicated anything more than just a personal foul at this point.
Okay, well, I thought I saw the referees pointing to the sideline like it would be a flagrant foul, but I really thought they made a play on it. I know the fans want one, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Gets up, appears to be all right, but it was scary for a moment here. And there it is, that right wrist landed on the right wrist and holding onto it. But hey, this is playoff basketball. You talk to a lot of coaches, and no layups, right? No easy layups.
No, of course. I mean, basically what you're saying in these situations, when somebody goes to your rim, you cannot let them come in uncontested layups.
It is a flagrant foul.
And so you're gonna try and put them on the line. You want them to have to make 2 shots as opposed to an uncontested layup.
So here is Marion on the free throw line for the first time tonight. Sean Marion, who leads with 19 points on 8 for 12 shooting, and the best defender on a team that not known for their defense. Flagrant foul was on Shane Battier, and 1 out of 2 for Marion.
Again, Bob Delaney's a terrific referee, but for me, I guess I'd have a hard time with that one as a coach also. Fratello argued his point, to no avail, of course, but
you got to get your point across.
You got to get it.
Strained right wrist. There's Bob Delaney, who made the call. The strained right wrist. Marion remains in the game, so it's Nash, Marion, Stoudemire, along with Joe Johnson and Quentin Richardson.
Clear out from Stoudemire's right hand. Does a good job of playing him off the dribble.
Marion on the drive into the hands of Williams, but the Suns get back defensively. Suns are getting back, limiting any possible fast break opportunities for the Grizzlies. Williams off the screen, misses the 3, and the rebound by Sean Marion, leading rebounder for this team this year. And here is Johnson from the corner, and Shane Battier.
I think as this series wears on, Shane Battier is going to play a very, very important part of Memphis Grizzlies going to win this series.
He started only 1 game last year, but started practically the entire year. Memphis starting out 7-0 in this 3rd quarter, and then an 8-0 run by the Suns, reversing things, and it will be ruled last touch by Memphis. 14-point lead, largest of the game right now for Phoenix.
Right now, you're seeing there's a lot of pick and roll by Memphis, and Phoenix Suns forcing Nash to Williams down to the baseline, making the big guys pop up for the jump shot. Again, right here, a play for Joe Johnson on the elbow. They try and set up a pick and roll for he and Stoudemire to make the play.
And here's Williams, but again, the Suns have 4 men back on the long rebound. Mike Miller.
Again, pick and roll coming again from the weak side. They're trying to force it again down to the baseline.
Miles Swift setting the pick outside. Now Marion is guarding Williams, so there's a mismatch inside. Good fake, and here is Lorenzen Wright, and a foul before the shot. Good ball movement that time, and the personal foul will be against Joe Johnson.
It's very good ball movement. On the extra pass right there, there's an opportunity for an easy layup, and Joe Johnson came down from the top to take the foul, where the ball's now taken out on the side.
And the Memphis Grizzlies had a mismatch inside.
Well, here's a skip pass to the corner. Nash rotates out, gets beat baseline, and Battier makes the nice pass inside, and Joe Johnson takes the foul.
Stromile Swift goes out, and Ryan Cardinal in the game for the first time, and Mike Fratello said it would be a problem to find playing time for Cardinal. Why?
Well, Cardinal, he hasn't had great numbers on the season against these guys, but he gives a lot of intangibles. He gets to the free throw line, he can make shots, he does a lot of really good things.
Miller with the perimeter shot. Stoudemire changes hands, and the Grizzlies get it again, so they're trying to make inroads, but the ball is out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Suns. So is this not a good team for Brian Cardinal to be matched up against?
Well, Sean Marion is a nightmare match forwards in this league, but Cardinal has, he's got good mobility, can shoot the ball from the outside. He didn't really do it that well during the regular season, but it's not to say he can't do it here in the playoffs.
Began his career with the Golden State Warriors. Stoudemire setting a screen for Nash on the pick and roll. Stoudemire weaving his way in, and it's knocked away. It looked like Lorenzen Wright had knocked the ball loose.
It's great hands on that play because that was an easy score for Murray.
Under 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Suns lead. Miller working it against Marion, and they're going to call Sean Marion for the blocking foul, and that'll be his first.
Well, again, they ran the pick and roll, and the Suns are switching it so not to give up any easy shots. And on the switch right here, Miller does a good job of forcing the issue. He's got Marion moving his feet with him, and he creates the contact to draw the foul.
Each team with 2 team fouls, and the smile on the face of Mike D'Antoni is not really a smile. Kick ball and 14 seconds on the shot. Miller thus far has hit 3 out of 6, and here's a guy who the Grizzlies really need to give them offensive production.
Well, Mike had a great year offensively, shot over 50% from the field, shot a 42 or 3 from the three-point line, 4th best in the league. So they do need that production.
Turnaround by Wright.
See, I think when he faces up against Amari Stoudemire, put the ball on the floor, give Amari a chance to get a foul. Don't settle for a jump shot. That's what he wants.
Stoudemire has 2 personal fouls, so he has stayed out of foul trouble at this point. Richardson missing from the perimeter, and the rebound by Batty.
It's good rotation out by Cardinal to contest that shot.
Nash, and now Richardson picking up Williams on the switch. Richardson remains with Williams. Lorenzen Wright setting a screen for Jason Williams.
Well, again, what happened there, they were forcing baseline, and they let Williams get over the top of it.
Williams has 15 on the other end. It doesn't take long. Amari Stoudemire getting the field goal and the foul, and another assist for Steve Nash.
Well, this is what Phoenix does so well. After a score, they get the ball out and up the floor, and Nash finds Stoudemire on the run. And Stoudemire is so strong that after the foul, he's still able to finish.
12 assists right now for Steve Nash. And Nash averaging 11.5 during the regular year. Steve Nash assisting on 246 of Amari Stoudemire's field goals, the #1 combination in the NBA. Free throw is missed, 75 to 63, a 12-point lead.
A lot of those are dunks.
And here's Brian Cardinal in the lane, and that'll drop for him. So Cardinal and Hubie Brown very impressed with Cardinal and the Memphis Grizzlies early in the season.
Cardinal played with my son Michael at Golden State, and I saw him play an awful lot. He does a lot of great things. He shoots the ball, he gets to the free throw line, a lot of intangibles on hustle plays. He's a great guy to have on the team.
A heady player, the kind that the Memphis Grizzlies sport many people of, and this is a Memphis. This team never made the playoff. Remember, they were with Vancouver, came to Memphis. They've been there 4 years. They have a new FedEx Forum. Jerry West running the operation, and Jason Williams having a brilliant game. Now has 17 points on 7 of 11 shooting.
Again, they came at Quentin Richardson, made him put the ball on the floor, and he made the adjustment. Weak side has got to step up to the penetration.
But Richardson comes right back with his 17-point, and the Suns lead by 10. Cardinal on the pick and roll getting inside, and Williams.
I tell you, Williams, I mean, he's been shooting the ball great, but some of those, if he doesn't make them, it turns into easy buckets going the other way.
Long rebound and batted into the hands of Miller, and Cardinal has it. And there's the pass ahead, and Miller nearly walked. Battier goes up, the basket counts in the foul. There was a slide, and the crowd yelling that there should have been traveling.
Well, it was a great catch by Mike Miller, along the baseline. It was a long pass down, and from Jason Williams. Miller does a good job, almost got away from him to catch it, and then into the middle and sets up Battier for a nice dish and score.
And Quentin Richardson committing the foul. 77 to 69, and the Suns, who won 31 of their last 40 games, as opposed to the Grizzlies, who struggled, losing 5 of their last 6, and having to play with passion and a lot of heart that keeps them in business. I want to remind you, Tuesday night on NBA TV, the Sixers meet the Pistons. Game 2 of their series. Coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, with Detroit off to the 1-0 lead. missing the three-point play, Battier, but Cardinal hustles. And they're going to call the foul. So you're right, Brian Cardinal has come in and has made an impact, Mike.
Well, you know, he gives you that aspect of the game, you know, as well as his ability to, he's a very high percentage free throw shooter. Right here, Stoudemire and Marion both could have had possession of the ball. Cardinal comes up with the loose one, and Marion trips him up.
And that is the third personal foul on Sean Marion. And that is the fourth team foul against the Suns, so one more. And they'll be in the penalty under 4 minutes remaining, third quarter. Here is Miller inside out. Cardinal going back to Lorenzen Wright. Couple of fakes and draws the foul. Good move by Lorenzen Wright.
Great move. You know, Nash ran by him, out of control, and now he comes steps into the pocket.
Rion Stoudemire now.
Yeah, no, now you're starting to get into that danger zone for Phoenix right here. Has good patience, pumps him up in the air, and then lets him land on him for the foul. Now the test is going to happen right here for the Phoenix Suns. Having to go deeper to their bench, although they do have Nash on the floor, but it still becomes a challenge.
Lorenzen Wright in his 9th year from Memphis and went to high school in Memphis. Playing his college ball and his pro career as well, and a guy who they want to do the dirty work, so to speak, the rebounding and defense, but when it's there, you know, he can contribute the other ways too with points.
Well, he's had some good scoring nights, but a lot of it's being set up by his teammates, and you know, a lot of attention is being paid to the other guys on the floor, where a lot of times he's the guy that is left open.
So the Suns in the penalty right now, and the Grizzlies can cut the lead to 6 with the next free throw by Lorenzen Wright with 3:44 remaining in the third quarter. Game 1, best of 7. Mike Fratello, who took over for Hubie Brown after a 5-11 start by the Grizzlies. And Wright misses the free throw. Loose ball, and good hustle that time by Shane Battier.
Again, Memphis coming up with all the loose balls right now. Momentum shifting in their favor.
Earl Watson, the backup point guard, in there now. A hard-nosed player, and he finds an open Lorenzen Wright, but Joe Johnson clears the rebound. Grizzlies on an 11-4 run since that flagrant foul called against Shane Battier. We approach 3 minutes remaining in the third. Johnson steps back against Miller and hits.
He's the one guy they have that has a really nice in-between game. He's not only a three-point shooter, but he can take the ball to the rim, or he can pull up and shoot the jump shot.
He has 15 points, and the Grizzlies out rebounding the Suns. And the playoff high right now, the 15 points for Joe Johnson. Here is Mike Miller for 3, and Miller hits the three-pointer. That is his third of the game, cutting the deficit to 6.
Well, that was kind of a miscue because all the small guys on the floor, that should have been a switch. Mike Miller came off that pick clean for the open jumper.
So do you think Memphis is in a good spot right now?
Well, right now, I mean, for the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds, they've got an opportunity here. Stoudemire is going to be out of the game. He will not be back.
Jackson, and the tip-in is made by Hunter. So Stephen Hunter on the tip-in, and for a team that is definitely behind Memphis as far as the bench comparison, their bench has produced tonight.
Well, Memphis, they've been built for injuries and for substitutions. Right now, Phoenix made some nice plays. Picking up, Jimmy Jackson.
Miller hitting another 3.
Yeah, he showed his ability on the unit to knock down the threes, shooting a great percentage.
And Hunter is fouled inside. Talking about the bench, the Grizzlies have outscored the Suns bench only 18-17.
No, that's a big, Jimmy Jackson, who's been on fire for them, has done a terrific job. And when you get the contributions from Hunter, it's great.
Well, it's back to a 5-point game. Memphis just won't go away.
Bonus cash, plus all this storage.
It's the only minivan with Stone Go seating.
5-star crash test rating.
My 300, 2005 Motor Trend Car of the Year.
We love it.
Love it.
Hurry in now and join over 1 million proud new owners during the Chrysler Spring Sales Event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Get great savings during the Chrysler Spring Sales Event. Through April, get an extra $1,000 bonus cash allowance.
We got the PT Cruiser we wanted.
AutoZone, I can find the right part. Give me tailgate, engine, piston, bumper. AutoZone. AutoZone for over 750,000 new special order and salvage parts.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
There's more to Meet the Fockers.
I think he likes me. Ow! Cover your nose, you're terrifying him.
With 20 additional scenes.
Just one more thing about my vasectomy.
Meet the Fockers. Own the DVD now.
The best place to watch your favorite college teams? Sports Pack, only from DirecTV. Over 25 specialty and regional sports networks no true sports fan should be without. Sports Pack from DirecTV, just $12 or less per month. Order now at DirecTV.com or call 1-800-DirecTV.
There's a whole new world of high-definition television to experience. And nobody takes you there like DirecTV HD. With more HD sports, more HD movies, more HD channels. With the widest variety of HD programming available, isn't it time to rethink the way you look at television? DirecTV HD.
For tonight's In the City, presented by Dodge, our Hemi-powered Charger is rolling through Phoenix, where the score is Suns 81 and the Grizzlies 76.
Well, the Memphis Grizzlies have certainly charged back into this game. Their field goal percentage up to 49% right now.
Very well put, and Miller has 11 points this quarter on 4 for 4 shooting, including 3 from beyond the arc. And right now, Steve Nash is on the bench with a 5-point lead, getting his rest, replaced by Leandro Barbosa.
Well, you know, we saw it happen in the first half. What Mike D'Antoni is thinking right now is I've got to give him 2 minutes of rest here, and then I can take him through the quarter and bring him back right away if necessary.
Hunter making good on the free throw, 82-76. Suns in the penalty. Memphis, next foul for them will put them in that same stead. Mike D'Antoni, who has enjoyed seeing his team roll up the points. This team has averaged nearly 110.5 points a game. 7-point lead for the Suns in game number 1.
Now he's going to set a play for Miller, trying to get him on a back pick.
Pau Gasol with the hook shot. Hunter defending, ball slapped away, last touch by Memphis.
It's a great save right there. Battier sneaked in for an offensive rebound, was getting ready to go up for the easy score, and the strip went off his leg.
Remember, when Nash is on the bench for the Suns are outscored by 8 points. When he's in the game, it's a plus 15 for Phoenix. That's been a big barometer. Here's Joe Johnson. Batted out to Jim Jackson. Here's Barbosa. Missing the 3. Marion comes in and tips it in.
Marion with 2 big offensive rebounds.
And Sean Marion now with 22 points. Leading scorer in the game. They're playing with 3 fouls. And Stoudemire has 3 also, although Amari is on the bench right now.
Watson just missed a wide open corner in the lane, looking for Miller on the play.
2 on the shot clock, and Watson will have to let go. And good block out by the Suns. Under a minute remaining. And here is Jackson for 3. Off the rim, but winds up in the hands of Hunter. Stolen by Watson. 3-on-2 chance. And Watson throws the ball away. A reckless play by the Grizzlies, who had a great opportunity, and the Suns burned him on the other end.
Great play
Hunter.
by Joe Johnson. Wow. Did a great job of drawing a defender to him, patiently waited, and then delivered the ball for the easy dunk.
And Phoenix outscoring the Grizzlies 10-0 in fast break points here in the quarter. So the Grizzlies had a chance to narrow the gap. Here is Watson feeding Pau Gasol, and it's a 9-point game again. 87-78. Pau with 16.
The weak side didn't do a very good job of picking up Gasol on that road.
And when that tempo picks up, the Suns just overpower the Grizzlies, and that's been the case all night. They're doing it with Nash on the bench right now. The runner by Johnson. And the time will run out. No basket. It went through, but it was waved off. It was not fired up in time, and that is the end of the third quarter. So just when Memphis was trying to make the run with Nash on the bench in the final couple of minutes, the Suns had the answer. They lead 87-78 after 3.
When it comes to food, you need a light beer that measures up. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Taste for yourself. Miller. Good call.
Can inspiration make the simple act of driving around extraordinary? Yes. Can substance and style blend seamlessly together? Clearly. And can the car of your dreams be an affordable reality? Absolutely. The 150-mile-per-hour performance-tested Chrysler Crossfire, starting at just $29,970. Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
Starte etwas.
Start しよう.
Start something.
Démarrer une expérience intelligente.
Start mixing and mashing.
Start anything you like.
Begin met iets fotografisch.
Di fantastico.
Start something
beautiful.
Start anything you like.
With a world of software and devices that run on Windows, the choice is yours. My friends and I joined in so we could talk a lot. That's great. And now we have unlimited text and picture messaging too. So we're pretty much always in touch. Sorry.
Text and pics are now in. Add unlimited text and picture messaging to your in-calling for just $5 a month from our enhanced service area. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
The Amityville Horror is the #1 movie in America. The Los Angeles Times calls it a terrific scare show, packing plenty of jokes. The Amityville Horror, directed by Andrew Douglas. Rated R, now playing.
Chili's legendary baby back ribs. To go. Get in, get out, get on with your life.
Want to beat athlete's foot? Let's try a little one-on-one. Lamisil AT versus Lotrimin AF. Use this, you have to use it for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. With Lamisil AT, 1 week and you're done. That's 4 times faster. Lamisil AT, advanced treatment.
How do we get more taste than Bud Light and half the carbs? By spending 150 years perfecting our craft. Afterwards, we celebrated with a cold one. Great taste, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
And welcome back to America West Arena. Phoenix Suns looking for their first NBA title in their 37-year history. First step, though, taking care of the Memphis Grizzlies, the #8 seed. And after leading by 11 after the first quarter, the teams have played practically even ball. And Sean Marion on the steal and stepped out of bounds. So the ball will still be in the Grizzlies' hands. It'll be Watson along with Brian Cardinal, Pau Gasol, Shane Battier in there as well. Bonzi Wells in for the second time tonight.
Interesting matchup now with Cardinal.
Marion getting the rebound, his 13th rebound. He has 22 points, 13 rebounds, has hit 3 threes and has been the star tonight for the Suns.
He's been everywhere tonight.
Barbosa passing out. And Joe Johnson with the jumper.
Right now, Memphis is doing a good job of not letting them get the standstill threes and making the Suns have to put the ball on the floor and make plays.
You know, the Suns had 16 of 24 in the first quarter, an incredible number, but 16 of 49 since going into the fourth quarter. But Memphis, it's been an uphill climb all night for them. 6 on the shot clock. Watson going in, reverse layup.
What a great finish. Stephen Hunter came to block the shot. Watson used the reverse layup in the rim to block to be able to protect it.
First point for Earl Watson, the backup point guard. Here is Jim Jackson with the fall away, hitting the shot. Jackson has 8, so the bench scoring has favored the Suns, which is a surprise by 3.
Well, Hunter in particular, he's got 12 points already. That's got to be driving Mike Fratello crazy.
Cardinal looking for Pau Gasol, defended by Hunter. And the rebound taken down by Barbosa. Good defense that time by Hunter, doing it with both ends.
Hunter being able to play him straight up, done a nice job.
9-point lead, nearly 2 minutes gone by in the fourth.
Jackson was looking for the slip, and then Hunter didn't see it, didn't leave soon enough.
12 on the shot clock as Shane Battier now, and coming into the game, James Posey. And Posey, first man off the bench tonight for Memphis, has scored 6 points in 17 minutes. And Battier goes out. Barbosa feeding Hunter. Hunter getting the offensive rebound and the putback.
Great effort by Hunter. They ran a pick and roll, gave him the ball on the roll. He missed the shot, but right back up for the second shot opportunity with a nice finish.
14 points on 6 for 10 shooting. And a full timeout called, 91-80. So once again, an 11-point lead for the Suns. And Stephen Hunter giving Phoenix some great production off the bench.
Well, here's the pick and roll. He goes to the rim, misses it, but goes up for the quick second shot and finish.
This is it, Hyundai's once-a-year spring sales event, where just $229 per month leases a new Hyundai Santa Fe. Get this limited-time offer on the stylish Santa Fe. Like every Hyundai, the Santa Fe is built with award-winning quality that lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Hurry, the event ends May 2nd, only at your Hyundai dealer. See your Hyundai dealer to get into a Santa Fe for only $229 a month.
Downtown today, temperatures are going to soar into the hundreds. $3.75.
When beer starts out this cold, it ends up this refreshing. Coors Light. Taste the cold.
A 6-week television event.
Ways of our people must change. They will die.
From executive producer Steven Spielberg and DreamWorks Television. Into the West, starting June.
Science professor from Iowa. He's slightly distracted. And this is Take On Orbitz, the game that pits other travel services against Orbitz.com.
Today's contestants need a hotel in Hawaii for under $100 with a golf course. Ready? Go.
Dad.
Hotel reservations?
Yes.
Dad.
Done. Orbitz makes it easy to find the right hotel at a great price.
Next time, Orbitz.
It's now time for the Gatorade Around the Cooler report, and for that, here's Pam Oliver.
Yeah, Dick, what a nice pickup Jim Jackson has been. The Suns' well-traveled sixth man has come in and done a tremendous job for the Phoenix Suns. But it was quite some ordeal getting here. You recall, he refused to report to the New Orleans Hornets after being traded by the Houston Rockets, a playoff team. He told me that holdout cost him over $300,000. But he said it was the principle of the thing. And something tells me, Dick, that it's all worked out pretty well for him because he has landed in a pot of gold.
He sure is, Pam, and of course it's worked out for him in the first game of this series.
Well, if he makes it to the finals, he'll get all that money back.
And you know what? good chance of that. Here's Earl Watson going in, and getting a piece of it was Hunter.
Great block by Hunter. I mean, Watson had a free lane to the rim, and Hunter came from way up top on the weak side to get that block.
Meanwhile, Hunter's 14 points are his playoff high. He had been in postseason with Orlando. Here is Jackson, and coming out to meet him is James Posey. 7 on the shot clock for the Suns. Johnson coming off the screen, in and out. It's an 11-point game with 9:19 remaining. Grizzlies leading by only 1 on 1 occasion, and Earl Watson with the field goal. And right now, remember, Steve Nash getting a rest. The Suns have actually outscored the Grizzlies 10-6.
Great dish by Joe Johnson finding Marion. Marion's man came over to help out on the baseline, and he was able to slip the ball in between the two defenders.
So 24 for Sean Marion, and there is Steve Nash getting a good rest. And unlike earlier in the game when Nash has been on the sidelines, this time the Suns have responded.
Well, again, majorly because of Stephen Hunter. You know, he's put up some really nice plays defensively and offensively. Barbosa's been very solid for them. He hasn't really taken any shots or done anything spectacular, but right now the Suns are definitely willing to just trade baskets.
All right, Pam, you got more on Steve Nash.
Yeah, Dick, I wanted to tell you a little bit about Steve Nash. When he comes off of the court, he instantly puts a heating pad on his back. You'd hardly know it from how hard he goes, but Nash is not at full strength. He missed some time, of course, during the season because of back and hamstring injuries. He told me today he has good and bad days. On a good day, it's about 95%. On a bad day, it's more like 75%. But Nash credits the Suns trainers for helping him stay on the court. But he's been out for a while. Back to you.
And he missed 7 games in which the Suns were 2-5 this year with his various ailments, so they need him. And there's going to be a foul called against Leandro Barbosa. Barbosa committing the foul. Stromile Swift will come in replacing Pau Gasol, who goes out with 16 points and 7 rebounds.
Again, Memphis is trying to attack Phoenix by using pick and rolls. Phoenix is trying to switch the pick and rolls, and then Memphis trying to post them up. So we've got a battle right here at the defensive end.
Ryan Cardinals, James Posey, Earl Watson with the ball, Stromile Swift, and look, Bonzi Wells, 3-point shot by Watson.
I'm not sure Memphis really knew the clock right there. Probably not a shot they really wanted.
Here is Jackson for 2. And there's Hunter trying to tip it out, and Grizzlies able to save it. Watson doing a tightrope job on the sideline. Lead is 11. Here's Watson in the lane. Nowhere to go with it. There's a deflection by Barbosa. Cardinal inside, and that's one of the concerns that Mike Fratello had, the deflections that the Suns get, but it didn't matter. Once again, Bonzi Wells slammed it through.
Well, again, he had a loose ball there, and most of the night right now, big pickup by Memphis to quell this charge by the Suns.
It's a 9-point lead for Phoenix. And the Grizzlies, very important how they finish this game, as Barbosa hitting a 3. Leandro Barbosa with a 3-point basket, and that ties the most 3-pointers that Phoenix has ever made in a playoff game.
That shot was big because you have Nash getting ready to come back to the game with Stoudemire and Richardson. So that should give him a big lift.
13th 3-pointer of the game. And the Suns, foul called against Joe Johnson.
Right here, Joe Johnson kicks it out to Barbosa, who, you know, he's been a very good standstill 3-point shooter on the year. That's a big shot for him to give him a boost, confidence-wise.
Meanwhile, coming into the game, Steve Nash, as well as Amari Stoudemire, as Hunter and Barbosa sit down, and a big hand for Hunter, who has done a tremendous job with 14 points and 4 boards off the bench.
Well, well-deserved round of applause for Hunter.
Inside to Posey, working his way in. The basket counts and a foul, and a chance for the 3-point play. So it's a 10-point lead, and the personal foul is against Stoudemire. That's number 4.
Well, again, that's okay right now. He's got 2 more to give in this quarter. It was just a slight bump, but it was a foul down there on Stoudemire. He got caught on a mistimed jump.
And the Mike Fratello and the Memphis Grizzlies fighting through this year, 8th place. It's been a tough year in many respects. You know, this club lost its broadcaster Don Poyer, who passed away in January, and that struck a chord and put a damper on the entire ball club. Don Hoyer, one of the popular broadcasters working television this year, have been with him since they came to Memphis. Deflection on the drive, picked off by Bonzi Wells.
4 on 3.
And the jumper by Earl Watson. And now it is a 7-point game.
Again, after the score, quick outlet by Nash.
And right now, Marion puts it up, and the crowd a bit uneasy, even though they have a 96-89 lead, because it looks like the Memphis Grizzlies have one more run in them at least.
Well, again, trying to post up. Posey against Jim Jackson in the low post. He got a deep catch. Cardinal makes a nice pass in. Jim Jackson basically takes a foul.
And that is the 4th team foul against the Phoenix Suns. And Hunter is going to come back into the game, replacing Sean Marion, who goes out with 24 points, tying his playoff high, and 13 rebounds. So Hunter, who has been a big force tonight for the Suns. Tune in to NBA TV every day at noon for NBA TV Insiders, recapping all of today's great playoff action.
Again, they want Hunter in the game to be able to go after these block shots.
Posey, 3-point attempt, and great hustle on the other side by Posey, preventing the easy basket, but the Suns retain possession. And here is Quentin Richardson with another 3.
Posey should have just taken a timeout instead of throwing the ball back in at his end of the floor. You learned that in grade school. That's a big, big possession.
And a timeout is called. 4 3-pointers for Quentin Richardson. Mike D'Antoni pleased with what he sees, as is capacity crowd here at America West Arena.
Right here, you see that Nash couldn't get enough mustard on the pass. Ball's going out of bounds. But for Posey, he's got to grab it and just take a timeout or throw it down the other end of the floor. You cannot throw the ball back in underneath your end.
Especially when you don't know where you're throwing it to.
You've got to either have somebody to call you with a voice, somebody you know, or have good vision. Cannot throw it in blind.
Trials are inherently dramatic.
You're going to see a case from beginning to end.
Now, cable's only destination for Law & Order.
TNT. TNT.
TNT.
See it weeknights on TNT. We know drama.
We're in the second heat of extra time. It's been a grueling match for both teams. Chad chases the ball. Ramos takes his goal. Oh, my!
The longer and harder you exercise, the more severe your hydration needs become, and that can cause you to fall apart. That's why there's new Gatorade Endurance Formula. This unique 5-electrolyte formula puts back more of what your body loses during your most punishing activities. New Gatorade Endurance Formula.
This is it, Hyundai's once-a-year spring sales event with great deals like up to $2,500 cash back and limited-time-only savings on the V6 Hyundai Santa Fe, feature-packed, and the winner of Strategic Vision's 2004 Total Quality Award. That award-winning quality lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. But you have to hurry. The event ends May 2nd. Only at your Hyundai dealer. See your Hyundai dealer for up to $2,500 cash back before time runs out.
My friends and I joined in so we could talk a lot. That's great. And now we have unlimited text and picture messaging, too. So we're pretty much always in touch. Sorry.
Text and pics are now in. Add unlimited text and picture messaging to your in-calling for just $5 a month from our enhanced service area. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
RBK Pump 2.0. Smart shoes that automatically adjust for a custom fit.
The 2005 NBA Playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by the all-new Hyundai Tucson. It's perfect for whatever, whenever. By Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. By Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade, is it in you? And by Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Executive producer Steven Spielberg and DreamWorks Television present a 6-week television event, Into the West, starting June 10th only on TNT.
Phoenix Suns leading by 10 and entertaining Senator John McCain, who is a very knowledgeable sports fan. And here at America West Arena, Jason Williams returns to the game at point guard as Stromile Swift misses the shot. Williams with 17 points is the high scorer tonight and had sat since the start of the fourth.
Nash now has Cardinal on him. It's a mismatch. He's going to clear everybody out.
Now Cardinal guarding Stoudemire under the basket. Nash for three, a big one. Steve Nash, only his third field goal of the game and his first three. And the Suns over 100, something they didn't do in 3 out of the 4 games in the regular season against Memphis.
Well, again, you know, Memphis is a good defensive team, and they have the ability to match up.
And Brian Cardinal is fouled. Mike D'Antoni trying to lead the Suns in this first round. Only 2 teams previously of the number 8 seed had knocked off a number 1 seed. Meanwhile, Amari Stoudemire has given Mike D'Antoni something to think about with his 5th personal foul, and the Suns the first Western Conference team to go over the century mark.
Cardinal doing something he does well. He does a nice job of getting to the rim. He puts the ball, he's deceptive. He has 3-point range. He gets big guys rushing out at him. He puts it on the floor and he draws the contact, gets himself to the free throw line.
Pau Gasol on the bench with 16, and Brian Cardinal, who played at Purdue but was a ball boy for the University of Illinois. His father was a trainer there for 30 years, and not this time, but the last time the Fighting Illini got to the Final Four, he was a ball boy, and he must have appreciated what Illinois did in the Final Four this year, just losing to Carolina.
They had a great run.
102-91, an 11-point lead under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. Quentin Richardson driving in. Hunter cleans up, and Hunter has been a big hero tonight with 16.
Well, Swift did a nice job of coming over and blocking the shot by Quentin Richardson, and Hunter was there to pick it up.
So Stephen Hunter with big bench contribution. Stoudemire getting the rebound on the miss by Bonzi Wells. So now it's a 13-point game, and big possession stolen by Jason Williams, getting the pass back from Swift, and this is the layup.
And that was just not making a smart play.
And on the other end,
they should have attacked the basket at this end with a strong finish, drawn the foul, or dumped it.
Mike, this is the second time a 4-point play has done the Memphis Grizzlies in.
Yeah, the first half, Watson made the play. The second half, now here it is coming down this end.
Too casual at the other end on
Absolutely.
offense. Too casual where the Memphis Grizzlies, at a time they could least afford to be, and as a result, it's a 15-point Suns lead, their biggest lead of the game, with 4 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the fourth, and the throng is loving it.
This is the famous Budweiser beer. We know of no brand produced by any other brewer which costs so much to brew and age. Our exclusive Beechwood aging produces a taste, a smoothness, and a drinkability you'll find in no other beer at any price. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer.
11 p.m. It's Albert and Ben. 2:10. What's up with your friend? It's 3:42. That girl rocks. She's got more skills than you. Now it's 5:38. Thoughts of McGriddles make my stomach quake. For bacon, eggs, and cheese on sweet griddle cakes. Only takes one hand to put them all in my face. McDonald's, I'm loving it. McGriddles, breakfast for you, bedtime snack for me.
I'm Matthew Lesko, and my new book will tell you how to tell bill collectors to go shove it. My new book shows you 4,000 government programs that you can use to pay your bills and get out of debt forever. Get $2,000 to pay your rent or mortgage, or $600 to to pay your phone bill, or even $7,000 to pay your credit card bills. I've been researching government grants for over 25 years, and government officials don't even know about these programs. And you've never seen a book that's so easy to use. Here's a program to pay for your prescription drug bills, or a program to pay for your living expenses, or programs to pay for your housing bills, apartment bills, or even your student loans. Over 80% of the people in the United States, including millionaires, are eligible. Isn't it about time you get rid of your debt once and for all? If you don't use these programs, somebody else will. So call now and get free money to pay your bills.
Call 1-800-459-1199 now.
I don't know who you think you are, but we were assigned this case by Captain Taylor.
There's been a change of plans. Once I get to work and they see me in action, they'll have a whole list of other reasons to hate my guts.
And time beginning to run out for the Memphis Grizzlies, who's made a few runs, but costing themselves on some careless play, trailing by their biggest margin of the game, 15.
But right here, great defensive play on the pick and roll by Memphis, and then Jason Williams does his part, sets up Swiftly should have attacked the rim. Instead, he makes the extra pass. He catches Jason Williams by surprise, and Phoenix comes back and makes them pay the price, as they so often do.
Steve Nash with 13 assists. Hasn't been his offense tonight, 9 points, but he has 5 rebounds, and the Suns have outscored the Grizzlies by 23 when Nash has been in the game. He's played 32 minutes so far, and the fans, to them, it's unanimous as to who should be the MVP of this league. Meanwhile, Amari Stoudemire on the free throw line. He has 5 personal fouls, but that is becoming less of a factor when you consider the big lead that the Suns have and the fact that Stephen Hunter is having a playoff career game.
Even more importantly because of Stephen Hunter.
I thought 50-50 would be a good percentage there, but I'll defer to you. Jason Williams out of the point, and Bonzi Wells was hit in the face, and that'll be the 5th team foul against the Suns. And that'll be Joe Johnson. 2 shots coming up for Bonzi. Got hit in the left ear. Mike Miller getting set to come back in the game. He has been one of the better shooters tonight with 5 of 8, including 4 from 3-point range. And the Grizzlies are going to need all of that.
They're going to need him to get back into the game. You know, what happens is, this is a deep team, so Mike Fratello is making substitutions right now, basically to get all his guys in the first game into the mix, into the playoff series, and see how they respond, and so he can make his adjustments as he goes forward.
Grizzlies certainly didn't finish the regular season on a high, and have shown flashes that their style could cause problems for the Suns, but not enough time. Richardson, the 3 misses, and Brian Cardinal. So it took him a while to get Brian Cardinal in the game, and I think we'll see more of him as the playoff series goes on.
He's done a very nice job of doing the little intangible things, as far as feeding the low post, creating spacing, defensive rotations and box outs. He's been a very, very solid contributor tonight.
Now James Posey will go to the line as Quentin Richardson committing the personal foul. 107-93. And Posey, who an outstanding defensive player. His offense not quite up to the standards of a year ago, but has been a big force in last year's 50-win season. Posey in his 6th year out of Xavier.
Well, Posey's had some injuries this year that's curtailed his offense some, but he's a terrific defender and has a good piece for this team.
Missed 29 games with a sprained foot, and he had a right Achilles strain. Injuries really hurt the Grizzlies this year.
No question. Right now you're going to see they're probably going to come down and again try and get Stoudemire involved in the half-court offense.
Nearly 3.5 remaining in the 4th. The lead is 12 for Phoenix. And it looks like they're going to match their season's high in points. Here's Marion with a runner, and he's got it. Sean Marion, a playoff high, 26 points. Tonight for Marion, a double-double game, as he also has 13 off the glass. Cardinal fakes the 3, feeds Posey going in, and an offensive foul. called against Posey as Marion takes the charge.
Marion did a great job right there. First of all, Cardinal does a great job of stopping here and not committing the charge against Quentin Richardson. And then, as he comes over, I don't know, Marion may have been inside the charge box right there. Took a big hit, though.
Marion took a couple of hits tonight. He hurt his wrist early on, but has been the key point maker.
Cardinal doing a great job of battling Stoudemire in the low post, not letting him get good low post position.
And Stoudemire losing the ball, and out of bounds it goes. So one of those things, the rolls are just not going for the Memphis Grizzlies at this late stage, as Posey couldn't save it.
Well, they have 5 seconds on the shot clock right now. So Mike D'Antoni's going to take a timeout, try and set something up for this possession.
So Mike Fratello, who went from the TNT broadcast table to coaching the Memphis Grizzlies and getting him into the playoffs as a number 8 seed with his work cut out for him. This is a full timeout. Time becoming a factor at 2:49 remaining, and the Suns in front of the Grizz, 109-95.
This way.
Left turn heading 285, cleared and hot to the target.
The Amityville Horror is the #1 movie in America. The Los Angeles Times calls it a terrific scare show, packing plenty of jokes. The Amityville Horror, directed by Andrew Douglas. Rated R, now playing.
Ready for a tasty bargain? Try the brand new 99-cent snacker from KFC. 100% hand-floured chicken breast, pepper mayo, and crisp lettuce freshly prepared on a sesame seed bun. Now your dollar goes further at KFC.
Well, it's now time for tonight's closer of the game, presented by TNT's new original series, The Closer, premiering June the 13th. And coming out of nowhere, Stephen Hunter tonight off the bench.
Oh, Stephen Hunter has been just spectacular tonight. Mike Fratello hopes he doesn't see a whole series worth of this.
Playoff career high, 16 points. Only tells part of the story, hitting 7 of 11 from the field and 5 rebounds. And this crowd feeling it right now. It's a 14-point lead, and Mike Miller and the Grizzlies, who have been pretty efficient from three-point range, they are 8 for 18. May have to start relying on that as we get deeper into the game. Nash, fall away. Rebound taken down by Shane Battier.
Well, it was great execution on their play. They got the look they wanted, just unable to finish.
Grizzlies cut it to 7 twice here in the fourth quarter. They have not scored a basket in the last 4.5 minutes till that 3 by Miller. That's what they need, and that is his 5th of the game.
Well, Stoudemire was late getting out on the switch on that pick and roll, and Miller just knocked it down.
Under 2.5 now, 109-98, so they are down by 11 on the Grizzlies, and the Suns trying to hold on. But they're going to match their season's high at least, possibly surpass it in points. Joe Johnson changing directions. From the corner, Marion. The rebound by Miller. Every possession critical for Memphis. Here's Posey, and they're going to call the offensive foul. That's 2 on Posey, and that's 5 on James Posey.
Yeah, they had an even numbers game. Posey comes in. Quentin Richardson does a great job of just standing in there and taking the charge. And that's a big, you can see the frustration on Mike Fratello's face right there. Big possession is late in the game.
So an 11-point game under 2 minutes remaining. Game 1, game number 2 will be Wednesday night here at America West Arena before the next 2 go to Memphis. There's Marion from Stoudemire. A little bit too many extra passes.
Yeah, Stoudemire made the extra pass right there. He should have just caught it and gone up strong with it.
And there's Marion preventing Cardinal from getting a chance for a 3. Posting up, Quentin Richardson was fronting Posey, and the Suns come out of it.
Richardson did a nice job of battling in the low post. Made the pass over the top that got away from him.
And now Phoenix in no hurry. One of the rare times you see this.
You got that right.
8 on the clock. Here's Richardson. and an 11-point lead. Here's Jason Williams, who's had an important game. Posey.
Oh, he should have taken a hit right there. Posey had Quentin Richardson running at him out of control. He could have got a foul on a three-point shot.
Meanwhile, Cardinal gets the basket and a chance for a three-point the conventional way. And Steve Nash going over to appeal to Sean Corbin. The personal foul is on Marion, so he has 4. Not really a factor at this point.
Well, again, any opportunity you get to stop the clock is a good one for you in Memphis' case.
8-point game with just under a minute remaining. And Memphis has committed only 1 team foul. And Williams committing the first foul.
You know, if you're going to foul somebody, it's not going to be Steve Nash. He should, before Nash got possession of the ball, if you're going to take the foul, should have taken the foul down there in backcourt.
Coming up next inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai.
Well, they had actually had a foul to give right there.
That's right. They had a foul to give, and they used it there. And 8-point game right now. 4 players in double figures for the Suns, led by Sean Marion with 26, Quentin Richardson 20, Hunter off the bench with 16, Joe Johnson 15.
Again, Nash is not going to let this happen as far as he's going to run the clock down some.
Here's Marion. Good defense by Posey. 5 on the shot clock. Richardson working his way in. And it drops for him. So that's the way it's gone for the Suns. Quentin Richardson with 22 points. 10-point game, a half a minute remaining, and a timeout coming up.
Almost as big a factor as the basket made was the use of the shot clock. You know, they took it all the way down to the end.
Timeout, and the Suns can almost say we've got that first win.
I think you definitely can. You know, you take away that first quarter. As far as the open shots that they gave the Phoenix Suns, where they gave up the 39 first quarter points, and then you show a couple of clips of the fast break opportunities where you had at least you had a 9-point swing on just a couple of plays, and here you go. You're right back in this ball game.
A couple of times they made some big runs. They never could get within 2 points. They got within 4 on a couple of occasions. But I'll tell you one thing. They were scrappy tonight, Grizz.
Well, again, Memphis, you know, their pension is, you know, they have a deep bench. They've got different personnel that can match up. I think, you know, Mike's finding right now, he'll look at this game 1 and he'll see the guys that he thinks he needs to play, you know, matchup-wise. You may see him change his lineup around in this series.
Meanwhile, the Suns will say Stoudemire and Nash have scored only 9 points apiece. And you know they're going to do better than that. Brian Cardinal off with the 3, and Johnson the rebound. And the foul is committed by Battier, and that's what the Grizzlies need to do in desperation. Memphis, by the way, no timeouts remaining. And Johnson will go to the free throw line. 27.1. So no timeouts left for Memphis. Neither team with a foul to give, but a chance for the Suns to open up a 12-point lead under a half a minute on the clock.
Well, like you said earlier, I think, you know, Memphis will be able to go back and will be able to build off this game. We'll be able to try and, you know, point out some adjustments that they want to make, you know, to try and shift the home court of the series.
Now, we thought that Houston beating Dallas was a bit of a surprise, but how about the shocking upset with the Denver Nuggets beating the San Antonio Spurs? Lost only 3 home games all year.
Well, it's only shocking because it's an 8 against, you know, 7-2. But the reality of it is Denver matches up extremely well with San Antonio. They've got a lot of guys that can play against, you know, Duncan. They've got speed and Boykins that can play against Parker.
So game 2 will be critical there as Miller made the basket and the foul is made. And Steve Nash going to line. Nash played on the Canadian national team, as we know, but was born in Johannesburg, South Africa, where his father was a soccer star there, and soccer is still one of Steve Nash's favorite sports. All right, right now let's send it to Ernie Johnson in our studios in Atlanta.
And I'll get it back to you very quickly, Dick, I promise. Inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai, comes your way in just a few minutes. Charles is making his appearance, so is Kenny. Even as we speak, we're going to have highlights of all the games and all the post-game comments and all the breakdowns on Inside the NBA. Now, back to you, Dick.
And this concludes our triple header on the opening night of basketball. And some very interesting games, with Chicago winning, Denver winning in an upset, and now the Phoenix Suns, who surpassed their season point total. They came in averaging 110 plus, had 114, and defeat the Memphis Grizzlies 114 to 103, and take a 1-0 lead in the best-of-7 first-round matchup.
Well, Phoenix is going to come away from this game saying, you know, like you pointed out earlier, that, you know, two of their big guns, Nash and Stoudemire, didn't have great games, and the other guys filled in. And basically, they have a position. I mean, they've got a team, you know, particularly the starting five, and with Jimmy Jackson come off the bench, and with added the addition of Hunter tonight.
Pretty tough.
They can handle guys having down nights.
Miller with 19 led 4 double-figure scores for the Grizzlies, 4 double-figure players for the Suns, including Quentin Richardson with 22, and he's with Pam Oliver.
Yes, he is. Quentin Richardson, first playoff game, first playoff victory. How nice is it?
Man, it's very, very nice. You know what I'm saying? We needed to come out here and try and set the tone with our tempo, and I think we did that today.
Memphis looks like it's going to be the kind of team that's not going to go away easily. What do you guys learn from a game like this?
We know they're not going to go away easy. We had problems with them all year long. We just going to have to keep putting it in overdrive and, you know, hold our ground. That's what we did tonight. They made runs. We just came back with a run.
Team leader, floor general Steve Nash says for the young players on this team with limited playoff experience, going to be a lot of learning lessons for you guys. What do you take away from a game like this, personally?
The first thing I feel, you know, they're going to let us play physical. So, you know what I'm saying, I had to get in the mindset that I'm going to play physical. When them guys down there trying to bang me around in the post, I got to get strong and play physical with them.
Did an excellent job. Thanks, Quentin.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Back to you, Dick.
And so did Mike Dunleavy tonight. Our thanks to Brian Taylor. Our final score once again, the Suns 114, the Grizzlies 103. The 2005 playoffs continue tomorrow night on TNT. Pacers and Celtics, followed by the Rockets and the Mavericks. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern. So for Mike Dunleavy and Pam Oliver, this is Dick Stockton saying goodnight from Phoenix. You've been watching the 2005 NBA playoffs on TNT, the exclusive home of the Eastern Conference Finals. And coming up next, it's Inside the NBA. You'll have all the post-game reaction from tonight's game. So long, everybody.